Can you hear me?
Hello and welcome to Frank Bailey Field here in Schenectady, New York for this afternoon's Liberty League game that pits the Union College Garnet Chargers against the visitors, the Ithaca Bombers. This is a big Liberty League matchup between these two programs, 20th all-time meeting, and while the records, I think, for both programs are not exactly where they had hoped they would be, Ithaca 4-3, Union 2-5, throw the records out when these two teams get together because this should be a good one. Even though Ithaca has won 12 of the last 13 games between these two series, the matchups have been very close. Last year, Ithaca winning 17-9, and that was Union's only regular season loss of the year last year. And both of these teams participated in the NCAA tournament a year ago. So this should be a good matchup. This is our first fall home game. It feels like fall. It's cool out there. It's overcast. The forecast is in the 50s. We've only had 3 home games here in Schenectady, New York. And this is certainly the one that feels most like football season, and it's going to be a good one here between Union and Ithaca. Andrew Santillo, Ben McDonough with me, and we're expecting a good game. Union coming off the loss against Hobart gave them their second league loss of the season. Obviously, still a lot of football to play. They got Ithaca today. You've got Rochester at home next weekend. And then you've got, obviously, the big matchup, the Dutchman Shoes game against RPI. For Ithaca, under third-year head coach Mike Turper, back-to-back Liberty League titles, they still have a chance, a path, if you will, to get their third straight Liberty League title. But it will take Hobart losing. Hobart beat Ithaca earlier this year, and Hobart plays just down the road against RPI at 3 o'clock. So that's a game Ithaca fans will have their eyes on if the Bombers can take care of business here in Schenectady, New York. So, again, this is, Ithaca 4-3, Union 2-5, but these two teams are, I think, going to leave it all out here on the field this afternoon. Again, it's Andrew Santillo alongside Ben McDonough here, coming to you from Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York. Again, as we said, it certainly feels like fall here this afternoon, and these two teams just about ready to get coming out onto the field. You'll hear from Union head coach John Drock before we kick off. Ithaca making its way onto the far side of the field. Ben, these two teams, when they get together, throw out the records. Ithaca has come here 2 years ago. Ithaca won its first Liberty League title in program history here at Frank Bailey Field in Coach Turper's first season. And as we said, they're back-to-back Liberty League titles, Liberty League champions. So this is going to be a good matchup. Two programs that are not only recognized in the Northeast, but nationally. Both programs have won national titles at the Division III level. And both programs have a very wide following, both from friends, fans, families, and the like. And so this should be a good matchup here this afternoon. Union's captains coming out onto the near side of the field. It's Cole Da Silva, Michael Fiore, Robbie Tolbert, and Nathan Sullivan, who will go out for the coin toss. Union wearing their a bit of a hybrid here with the jerseys. I'm not quite sure what I think about them. They've got the gray tops with the garnet numbers, and then they've got the garnet pants with the white piping. So a mismatch or a mix mash of uniform combinations as the rest of the Union College Garnet Chargers football team comes out to applause here from the home crowd. This should be a good matchup here between these two teams.
Yeah, it should be fantastic. We saw Union last week play against Hobart, and they couldn't get the run attack going. They only had, I think, 40 total rushing yards on offense with, 200 passing yards. So I think get the running going, set the play action. They're going to have a really good chance against Ithaca today.
Well, Union is 2-5, but they are 2-0 here at home. Wins against SUNY Maritime and Buffalo State. So just the third home game. Hard to imagine that we're here in November. This is the third home game of the year. So Union 2-0 at home, which they played better at home. But you said it. The running game is going to be the key here this afternoon. Both programs, both teams have running backs that have had a lot of success. When you look at Michael Fiore, the co-captain, and Jonathan Anderson have combined for more than 4,000 rushing yards in their career. And if you look on the other side, not much off of that are the dynamic duo of Jalen Leonard Osborne and Jake Williams, who have combined they're closing in on 4,000 yards themselves. So whoever can establish the run, I think, is going to have a lot of success here this afternoon, and it may go a long way in deciding this game. So we are going to hear from Union head coach John Drock here. We're getting ready for the national anthem. You are listening and watching Union College football. We are back, and it's the pregame show, and we're joined by Union head coach John Drock. And, Coach, you've got Ithaca today, another tough opponent, Liberty League opponent, an opponent you know well from your days in the Liberty League with Hobart. Just talk about maybe, what the keys to this game are going to be here this afternoon.
I think staying on the field on third down and limiting turnovers. We can't give extra possessions, and we need to be able to maintain the ball as long as we possibly can. Winning third down on defense as well. You know what I mean? I think if we can do those three things, it's going to put us in a good situation. In the red zone, we got to finish with touchdowns. Can't just settle for field goals. Really good football team. They're an explosive football team on the offensive side of the ball. Really good tailback, a couple of really good receivers, and their quarterback play has been really consistent. So from that standpoint, I think if we can stay on the field as an offense, get off the field as defense, and not limit those turnovers, we'll be all right.
Offensively, you guys are averaging still over 300 yards a game, and I think you just said it, right? What's the key to kind of finishing off those drives when you get down near the red zone?
Yeah, I think we just got to be able to execute at a higher level down there. Everything gets a little bit smaller down there, so the details become that much more important. So we just have to be able to execute a little bit better than we have the last couple of weeks in the red zone now. I think when we get down there, it's an opportunity to work some of our one-on-one matchups, and we've got to have some of our big guys go up and get the ball. And we also have some guys up front that we can really move the ball and get those guys the ball in the backfield.
How about, this is an Ithaca team that's 4-3. They played some real tough opponents out of the gate.
Yep.
How about defensively? What do you see as some of the keys? You mentioned their tailback, Jalen Leonard Osborne.
Yep.
What do you kind of have to do to slow this offense down?
I think you got to give him some different looks, and we got to be able to limit him. We got to wrap up. We got to tackle really, really well early. I think if you can get and rally to the football and put as many hats around him as you possibly can, he's very dynamic, and he makes a lot of his yards after the first player misses. You know what I mean? So we got to be able to rally him, not let him get ahead of speed going, and use that world-class speed that he has.
You guys are 2-0 at home.
Yep.
You're back home. Unfortunately, there haven't been many home games. What kind of has been the difference? Maybe have you seen a difference from your team? Is it just kind of playing in front of the home crowd?
Playing in front of the home crowd helps a lot. Having the energy, having the momentum of the fans and everything else, but then also just the comfortability level of being in your own bed and having the comfort of knowing that this is a place that we're going to really defend with everything we possibly can. You know what I mean? I think that if we do that consistently, we're going to put ourselves in good situations to win football games here.
Thanks, Coach. 20th meeting between Union and Ithaca coming up here as we get set for Liberty League action. Thanks, as always, to Union head coach John Drock, who joined us in the pregame show. As this one is kicked off, and it'll be taken at about the 12 or 13-yard line by Jalen Leonard Osborne. Leonard Osborne with a head of speed. He gets to the sideline and gets all the way out to midfield, and that's where the Bombers will start this afternoon as that was a big kick return from the dynamic senior Jalen Leonard Osborne, over 2,200 career rushing yards. And that gives Ithaca a good spot to start, Ben, as he'll be spotted at the 47. So that's where the Bombers will start here this drive. We're glad you could join us here this afternoon for Liberty League action, as it's sophomore Matthew Parker leading the Bombers onto the field. He starts in the shotgun. 3 receivers, 2 to the near side. He's going to hand it off, and it's Jake Williams, who gets a couple of yards. We talked about in the pregame who can establish this running game. 2 teams that have some dynamic running backs. Williams a little slow to get up after a pickup of about 4. We'll give you the starters here in just a second. Ball is on the Union side of the field. It's second down from the Union 49. 2nd and 6. They're going to hand to Williams again out of the shotgun, and Williams is just going to try to lower his head, and he gets close to the first down marker. It's going to bring up 3rd down and short. So this is a big 3rd down on the opening drive between these 2 teams. Just underway, first minute of this game. And the clock's actually stopped. Now they wind it. Not exactly sure what that was about, but it's going to be 3rd and 1 in the pistol formation is Williams. He takes the handoff. Head of steam up the middle. He's got the first down inside the 40 to the 39. We'll tell you who's out there offensively for Ithaca. As the first down of this game for the Bombers puts them 1st and 10 at the Union 39-yard line. Man in motion, that's the tight end Wichko. They're going to hand it to Jalen Leonard Osborne. He's running to the left side, gets to the sideline, gets about 5 yards out of bounds. Like we said, we'll give you the starters here. Up front is Jimmy Mullavey, Devin Perry, Alexander Rice, Brandon May, and Connor Schmidt. 2 seniors, 2 juniors, and a sophomore. Also the tight end Wichko, number 82. Ithaca with 3 receivers out there, led by Nicholas Lang, the sophomore who leads the team in receiving yards, touchdowns, and receptions. This is Leonard Osborne running right, and he's got enough for the first down. So right out of the gate, Ben, Ithaca has made no bones about they're going to run this football, and they are moving the football down the field. It's going to be 1st and 10 Ithaca at the Union 26.
Yeah, you see Ithaca run a lot of these early sweeps. They're pulling their guards, and then you see Union getting caught in man coverage with a light press on both their corners. Who then they show press, they drop back 2 yards, they flip their hips, and then they just can't get to those outside blocks.
Williams and Leonard Osborne out there. It's going to be a pass. Here's Parker looking to the end zone. He's got a man wide open, and it is caught and out of bounds. That's going to be a touchdown. It's caught by Ben Marinaccio, and Marinaccio is in for the touchdown. Looked like maybe he went out of bounds. He ran right over the pylon on that far goal line, but they are going to say it is a touchdown. So Marinaccio, the first pass from Parker to Marinaccio, and the senior from Gloucester, New Jersey, puts Ithaca in front 6-0. Derek Baldwin out for the extra point out of the hold of Hayden Richardson. Hold is down, kick is up, and it is good. There's some whistles. And I don't see a flag down on the field, but it looks like we're going to have something here. Illegal formation. That is strange to see on the extra point attempt. I also didn't see the flag on the field. So they're going to back up Ithaca on this extra point attempt. Baldwin, the senior from Indiana, 20 of 23 at extra points this season. So they'll back it up. Try it again. 12:20 to go in this opening quarter. Ithaca's just scored on a touchdown pass from Matthew Parker to Ben Baranaccio. So this ball's being spotted right at the 15. This a little further. And no problem for the senior Balden. And with 12:20 to go in the opening quarter, it's Ithaca 7, Union nothing. Ben, Ithaca took the ball. They got good field position after the kick return from Jalen Leonard Osborne. They went right down the field and are able to put a touchdown on the scoreboard.
Yeah, on that throw there, it's just a smash route to the left side. They motioned out their running back. That's going to freeze the high safety. And then that loses over the top help on the left side. He's going to run about a 3-yard curl route. He's going to freeze that corner. That opens up for outside leverage, and that's just a fantastic ball to the corner of the end zone, and a great catch to get, those feet in bounds and get that ball over towards the pylon. As you said, I thought he was out of bounds too. I thought, maybe it was going to be spotted at the 1, but apparently he got the ball over.
Pass from Matthew Parker, the sophomore from Delaware, who has played kind of split time with Colin Shum. If you look at the statistics, Parker closing in on 1,000 passing yards. That was his 6th passing touchdown of the season. Ithaca's gotten things rolling here. They're averaging 26 points per game offensively. This is a short kick taken by the up man at the 20, 30, and not as good field position as Ithaca had, but Union will have pretty decent field position at the 34-yard line to start its first drive of the game. Well, we talked about it on the other side. Key is going to be establishing this run and getting Michael Fiore and Jonathan Anderson on track. Patch Flanagan also able to run the football, but this Ithaca defense, pretty stout, 124 yards allowed on the season rushing the football. So they're going to have Union's going to have its hands full this afternoon. So Flanagan starts in the shotgun with Fiore to his left. They fake the handoff. Flanagan gets blown up. He's trying to get out of the grasp, and they blow the whistle. And unfortunately for Ithaca, as they picked up that football and ran it into the end zone. Hanging on Patch Flanagan was senior Owen O'Neill. O'Neill leads this team in tackles for loss, and boy, oh boy, he was in there right away. Third-year starter out of Branchburg, New Jersey, blew up that play. And it's going to be a big loss all the way back to the 22-yard line. It'll be a loss of 11. It'll bring up 2nd and 21. So Flanagan, 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Now he motions a man, and you're going to hand it to Fiore. Fiore with a big hole. Michael Fiore with a blast of speed, and he's out near the 40-yard line. And that is what Union has got to get going here this afternoon. Michael Fiore, not much trickery there, just right up the middle and a big hole for Fiore.
Yeah, and that's what they have to do this game. I mean, 40 yards offensively when their running backs at home have always been dynamic here. And Flanagan, they love to run the read option here and get him in open space. And right there, this is kind of, 3 yards in a cloud of dust type of football. Get your good gains and, punch him in the mouth is what Union's going to have to try to do today.
17-yard pickup there. Now they can fake it to Fiore. Pass complete on that far side, and falling down right near the first down marker. It looks like it's going to be enough for the first down. Is the tight end, senior Aiden Donnelly. Well, they haven't. Well, they moved the sticks there. Now they were hesitating, but it's going to be enough for a first down. They just got enough to the 43-yard line. That's where they needed to get for a first down. So a big first down on this opening drive for Union. We'll give you the starters here for the Garnet Chargers in just a second. 1st and 10 from the Union 43-yard line. Opening 5 minutes here. Ithaca took its opening drive down for a touchdown. Union trying to respond. Fiore looking for room. Not much there. He's going to be tackled by O'Neill. Give you the starters up front here offensively for Union. On the line, Kyle Webster, Owen Fernandez, the freshman, playing left guard. David Cooperstein, the center. Right guard, Luke Rader. And the right tackle is Nick Olivola. Shuffled that line a little bit. Olivola has been the center for quite a while. He's now out at right tackle. Patch Flanagan, first pass of the game, and it's right through the hands of Tommy Leonard, who's looking for the senior from Watertown, Mass., who has 16 catches on the year but just couldn't haul that one in. Like a pretty good pass from Flanagan, throwing it through the defense. So bring up third down and long. Offensively, Union will be looking to try to find Robbie Tolbert. They've got 5 wide receivers here. Empty set for Flanagan, who throws. Pass caught. Nope, incomplete. Looking for Leonard again, in and out of the hands on the coverage. It's 34, Ryan Burns, who got in there. It would have been short of the first down anyway, so it'll bring up fourth down. Union gets 1 first down, and then they'll send out the punter, sophomore Hayden Hall, who will punt this football away. Andrew Mellis is the returner for Ithaca. He's standing at about the 12-yard line waiting for this kick from Hall. Hall, kind of a line drive. Hopefully it takes a Union bounce here, and it does. A couple of rolls and a big Union roll here as it's going to settle all the way down near the 5-yard line. So a big punt for Hayden Hall. That'll back up this Ithaca offense as it starts its second drive here from Frank Bailey Field. So glad you could join us. Ithaca leading Union 7-0 in the big Liberty League contest between these two programs. So 1st and 10 for the Bombers. The ball's at the 6-yard line. And they're going to run it. That was 82. Wichko, the tight end from Virginia. Couple of yards. He's tackled by Dwayne Hines. We'll give you the starters for the Union defense here coming up as Ithaca gets ready for this 2nd down and 7. Parker in the shotgun, puts his man in motion. He's going to hand it off for Jalen Leonard Osborne, and Osborne is stuffed. Nowhere to go there, maybe even a loss. Give credit to this Union defense. Give you the starters quickly here for Union. Jordan Black, Charlie Johnson, and Ethan Vanderbrink. And Vanderbrink has had a whale of a Union career, over 130 tackles, 14 career sacks. The linebackers, Alex Cushing, senior co-captain Cole De Silva, and freshman John Dragitis. And then in the secondary, Emmanuel Green, co-captain Nathan Sullivan, James Gillespie, Dwayne Hines, and Matt Mitchell, as they usually play 5 defensive back. Hines is kind of a hybrid linebacker, defensive back, whistles at the snap. And before this 3rd down, it looks like it's going to be a timeout. Ithaca, first charge timeout of the half. 7:42 to go in the first quarter. Ithaca leading Union 7-0 on the touchdown pass from Matthew Parker to Ben Marinaccio. Andrew Santillo, Ben McDonough here with you. Again, it's kind of an overcast, gloomy day, although some people would say this is a perfect football weather. Forecast in the 50s. This kind of feels like you should be playing football on a day like this. It's not too cold.
No, it's
the first 2 home games have actually been warm. The last home game against Buffalo State, it was like in the 80s. It felt like down on the field, it was even warmer. So this feels a little bit more like football weather here. Big 3rd down, 3rd and 7. Union showing blitz. They only bring 4. Parker has time in the pocket, throws it for Leonard Osborne, and it's incomplete, in and out of his hands. Big hit there as it was broken up on the play by, is that De Silva? Yeah, Cole De Silva has had an outstanding career. Two-time captain, over 220 tackles coming in. He made the breakup there as Ithaca was looking for a short completion from Parker to Jalen Leonard Osborne. So Ithaca will punt. So this is running back Jake Williams who's going to punt the football. He runs to his right, and this is a short punt and hangs up there, and it's going to be downed on the Ithaca side of the field. So Ithaca's been dealing with some injuries to their punter, Darren Brunner, who is also a linebacker, and it's Jake Williams, the running back, who punts that ball, and he, for a running back, a nice punt, but gets it only to the Ithaca 44-yard line, so Union will have great field position here, Ben. Ithaca leading 7-0. They had a touchdown on the opening drive on the pass from Parker to Marinaccio. See if Union can get anything started here. Got one first down on the opening drive. They get great field position here to start the second drive. 7:29 to go in quarter number one. Patch Flanagan in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to Anderson. Counter play. He's running left, and he is got a couple of yards before he's taken down by 17, which is Brunner, who is the actual punter, listed as the punter. He also plays linebacker, senior from Wyoming, Pennsylvania. There is a flag down, I believe. Yes, there is a flag. They're trying to sort this one out. Indication seems to be it's on Union. They're looking over to the Ithaca sideline. I don't know if they're thinking that maybe they would decline the penalty. I don't know why Ithaca would decline the penalty here. It is going to be holding on Union. This is a Union offense, Ben, averages over 300 yards per game, but only 19 points per game. And they didn't score any points last week against Hobart. It was 13-0 late in the game in the fourth quarter. Hobart attacked on a couple of touchdowns to finish 27-0. The last shutout against Union since this Ithaca program shut out Union back in 2018. So it had been more than 6 years since the last time Union was shut out in a game. So Union trying to get the offense going. You heard Coach Drock in the pregame talking about trying to finish off drives. You certainly don't want to start behind the sticks here. Here's a designed run for Flanagan. And Flanagan following the offensive line. Gets a couple of yards back from the penalty, back onto the Ithaca side of the field. It's going to be 2nd and 15. Try to give you the Ithaca starters for defense here in just a second. Their second drive out there. 2nd down and 15. Flanagan in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands to Fiore. Fiore counter running right, hopping over defenders, still pulling guys. As he is now tossed backwards after a pickup of 5. Maybe a little bit of acting there as he tries to draw the interest of the referees. Got pickup of 5. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
And these third downs here for you are going to be absolutely massive. You saw against Hobart, I think they were 4 for 14 on their third down conversions. And you see Coach, he says we have to put up points in the red zone as well. And so with that, you need these big third down conversions. You're near the middle of the field. You don't want to punt here. You have a great opportunity. You know, you see Flanagan alone.
Yeah, maybe almost 2 plays to pick up the 10 yards here. Flanagan trying to set up the screen. Now he's scrambling to his right. And he takes a big hit right at the line of scrimmage as he was hit hard on that far side. It looks like the guy who maybe even hit him was hurt as Isaiah Kauser who hit him. It looked like O'Neal was a little slow quickly to get up, but then he gets back to his feet. It's going to be 4th down and 11, and then I think the Union's going to have to punt here.
Yeah.
I think you had the right mindset. Maybe 2 plays to get 10 yards, but you need to figure out maybe get 5 or 6 and make it a 4th and manageable. Instead, after you lose one, I think the choice is try to pin Ithaca deep.
Yeah.
5 minutes to go in quarter number 1. Ithaca leading 7-0. Andrew Mellis standing at his own 10-yard line. Hall punt. Fair catch called for, although running out of the way. And then the ball is downed inside the 5-yard line. So Ithaca is going to be backed up again here. So Union doing a nice job playing the special teams and field position here early in this first quarter. So 4:48 to go in this opening quarter. Ithaca got the opening kickoff. Drove down after the long return from Jalen Leonard Osborne, set them up right near midfield. It was a 53-yard drive that resulted in the touchdown. So 1st and 10 for Ithaca at the 2-yard line. Parker's going to look deep. He's going way deep, and the pass is incomplete. Looking for Nicholas Lang. Lang is the top receiver for the Bombers this year in terms of receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. They also have a couple of other guys who we saw Marinaccio. He already caught the touchdown pass. And another sophomore, Nick Matos. Matos and Lang, 2 big threats here for this Ithaca offense. Here's a run up the middle, not much. It's Williams, only a couple, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and long. And this is where the Union defense wants to be, Ben. They want to be in 3rd and long to try and get Ithaca's offense off the field. So 3rd down and 7, ball at the 5-yard line. See if Union can force another 3 and out here. Here's Parker, sitting in the pocket, has time, delivers, complete, and right near the sticks, and it's going to be, it looks like enough for the 1st down, is Sam Klein. So Klein needed 7, got 8, and they keep this drive alive. So that's a big play for Ithaca's offense.
I was going to say, I was liking what Union was showing defensively. They were sitting in zone, and then there, you know, you call that curl route out of your backfield, just kind of sit in between the zones, and then catch, reach, 1st down.
Klein's a guy who's had a nice career, closing in on 80 career receptions, over 1,000 yards. The senior from Burt, New York. Parker looking to throw again, and the pass is broken up. Looking for Matos. Nice defense there from Emmanuel Green. We got a great vantage point from it up here as Green just kind of sat back, then made a play on the ball and knocked it away. Union hasn't forced many turnovers this season, but they did have 4 interceptions in their last home game against Buffalo State. They're going to hand it off here. And looking for some room and getting a big gain, making it 3rd and short, is Williams. So it's going to be 3rd and call it 3. This is another big play here. 3rd down, Union's defense. Can they get off the field? Ithaca trying to keep this drive alive here, backed up at the 21. Parker takes the snap and falling down. It looked like Williams maybe lost his footing. And it's going to bring up 4th down as he loses 2 or 3 yards. And that kind of play just looked like Williams slipped a bit, Ben. So that's a big play for Union's defense. Fourth down and 5. And we'll see Jake Williams stay out there as he'll punt for the second time in this game. Short punt the first time. This more of a line drive and takes a couple of Ithaca hops, and it'll be downed at the 33-yard line, so that's where Union will take over. Union fans, visit Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub in downtown Schenectady, open for lunch or dinner before or after Union games. It's a great place to watch college football, pro football, hockey with friends and family. It's the Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub in downtown Schenectady, a proud supporter of Union College and Union College football. Andrew Santillo, Ben McDonough here with you. 1:58 to go in quarter number one. Ithaca still with a 7-0 lead. Scoring on the opening drive, a pass from Matthew Parker to Ben Baranaccio has the Bombers in front 7-0. Anderson takes the handoff out of the shotgun, snap to Flanagan. He's running right, and he got tossed down there a little bit late. Well, we've been saying we'll give you the starters here for the Ithaca defense here. The starters out there are not the same guys, obviously, who are out there now. Owen O'Neill, Aiden Perry, and Carson Chanchuli, along with Isaiah Kauser on the defensive line. Ryan Burns and Darren Brunner and Joe Spira. Spira, the freshman who has 4 interceptions on the season, has come on strong. He's number 38 out there in white. Danny Portas, Jake Connolly, Andrew Swearbutt, and Tommy Moran, the listed starters defensively for the Bombers. Here's Flanagan, going to pass, has time. Pass is behind his man, but it is caught. Nice catch there by Isaiah Russell. Big pass play there from Flanagan to Russell. And it is a pickup of 13 yards and a first down. Flanagan in the shotgun. Jonathan Anderson standing to his right. Final 30 seconds of quarter number one. Ithaca leading this one 7-0. Union takes the snap. Rolling right is Flanagan. Pass caught. It's Gil Rivera. And Rivera has a pickup to midfield, a small pickup of about 3 yards. That will probably be the final play of this opening quarter. Gil Rivera, who 19 catches coming in. That's his 20th reception of the season. And that will do it for the first quarter. After one quarter here from Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York, it's Ithaca 7, Union nothing. As we will take a quick break. We'll be back for the second quarter. Andrew Santillo, Ben McDonough with you here at Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York. Union fans, Brown Coach is the official charter company and a proud supporter of Union College athletics. Call Brown Coach or Brown Travel for any of your charter and travel needs. Brown Coach, a proud supporter of Union College athletics, and Union College football. So we flip the field here, and we get ready for the second quarter. Stay with us at halftime. We've got an interview coming up with senior co-captain Michael Fiore. We'll take a look at some scores from around the Liberty League and some first-half statistics and get you set for the second half from Frank Bailey Field. Again, a overcast day, which I've been saying this whole afternoon. Feels like fall. It feels like fall here finally, although it's supposed to be back up into the 70s next week. Had a bit of a strange forecast run here to start this fall. Here is Anderson. Anderson trying to find some running room and having a tough time finding any. Is flying to the football is 34 Burns, and Owen O'Neill make the tackle. Jonathan Anderson closing in on 2,000 career rushing yards. Came into the game only 48 yards away. 14 career rushing touchdowns, but Really, the big difference has been between Fiore and Anderson. Last year, they had over 2,000 yards combined. This year, Ben, just 629 yards. Now, granted, there's a few games left, but still, that is way behind the pace that they had last year when both guys ran for over 1,000 yards. It was just the 27th time in Division III history that teammates had ran for over 1,000 yards. Well, Union is going to throw this ball, and it is in and out of the hands on the far side. As that was third down, it'll bring up fourth down, and we're looking for Tolbert, who's the playmaker, leads the team in receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. He almost made a heck of a catch on that far sideline, but kind of lost it when he came down and hit the field. So they say it's incomplete, and Union will bring out the punt team. So we've seen a lot of Hayden Hall here in this first half, probably more than the Union fans would like to see, Ben. Not that they don't like him. They just don't want him to be out there punting the football away. Hall off the right foot. Mellis coming up and takes a side staggered bounce and goes out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. And there's a late flag down as a Union player got pushed down behind the play after the play was over. So at least the indication is that this is going to back Ithaca up. First minute of this second quarter, Bombers leading 7-0 on a touchdown pass from Matthew Parker to Ben Marinaccio. No foul on the play, so they drop the flag, they pick it up, the old oopsie, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Ithaca at the 20-yard line. So apparently the referees got together and decided that that was maybe a bit of an acting job after the push. The Union player goes flying by. 14:01 to go in the first half. It is 7-0 Ithaca, and the Bombers offense back out. They'll start 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Man in motion from left to right. They're going to complete the pass. Little bubble screen on that far side. They get in the hands of Lang. And Lang gets about 8 yards out to the 28. It'll be 2nd and short. That's what you want, Ben, on 1st down. A kind of big pickup, get you in that 2nd and manageable.
Yeah, exactly. Those little bubbles outside, screen here.
Here comes another one, and they got a big gain pickup. It's Lang again, I believe. And he's going to get out close to the 40-yard line. It's going to be a 12-yard pickup. So back-to-back plays, and you could hear Parker up here clapping his hands. He wanted the snap to come quickly to try to catch this Union defense off when it wasn't set. Another kind of a quick snap. Now the pocket collapses and going down, big hit. As Parker gets back to the line of scrimmage, they're actually going to give him a yard there. Jordan Black in on the tackle along with Ethan Vanderbrink.
And that's good awareness by Union there. You see that they're running this kind of no-huddle, quick plays here, and then right there you saw the shift. He jumped the snap well, applied pressure, and then just very minimal gain.
So 2nd and 9 there. That was a passing play. Parker hasn't run for much, only 66 rushing yards. Certainly more of a passer, as we've seen already in this first half, but he tried to scramble, make something out of nothing. Klein goes in motion. Parker's pass complete to his tight end. That was 82 again. Hit 82 is Wichko. J.C. Wichko, the sophomore from Leesburg, Virginia. It is a pickup of only 3. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 from the Ithaca 44-yard line. The Bombers have to get to midfield. Union's defense needs a big play here on 3rd and medium. Here's Parker, standing high in the pocket, now flushing to his right. Now throws near the sideline. It's caught. We'll see if he was in bounds. It's Matos. Either way, it's short of the 1st down. Matos is trying to point to. Everybody's pointing. They're saying, I think they're going to give him that pass. It looks like it's going to be a 3-yard completion. And here's the interesting thing. It looks like Ithaca is going to keep its offense out on the field on its own side. So Ithaca hurries to the line here. This is going to be 4th and 3 from the Bombers' 47-yard line. This is a big play here, big roll of the dice from head coach Mike Turper. Maybe they're just trying to draw him off sides. They look to the sideline, 10 seconds on the play clock. I don't know if they're going to snap this one. 5 seconds. They put Klein in motion. Yeah, they're just going to take a timeout here. So Ithaca got up there quick. They said, hey, we're going to run something, try to maybe get Union to jump off sides, and the Garnet Chargers discipline there, and Ithaca takes the timeout. They've got 1 remaining. A little gamesmanship there. Ithaca showing they're going to go for it, try to see if they could get Union either off balance to maybe get them to jump off sides or get a look they wanted. Coach Turper decided against it, and they blew the timeout, and they'll punt. Coach Turper in his 3rd season at Ithaca on the South Hill, 25-7. This is his 2nd run through at Ithaca. Was the defensive coordinator from 2017 to 2019. Turper replaced Dan Swanstrom, who Swanstrom is back in Ithaca. He's on the East Hill at Cornell. Went away, took a job at Penn as an assistant, and then came back to take the head coaching job at Cornell. So that's a little bit of a strange circumstance, as that punt from Williams is away. There was some heat on him, and then the fair catch called for and made at the 19-yard line. Very rare that one coach would coach at both Ithaca and be the head coach at both Ithaca College and Cornell University. But that is the case with Dan Swanstrom, who preceded Mike Turper as the head man for the Bombers. And previous to Coach Swanstrom, Ithaca had just had 2 coaches in 50 years between Jim Butterfield and Mike Welch. 2 guys who coached for more than 2 decades on the South Hill. So Union brings its offense back out onto the field, trying to get something going here with 11:17 to go in the first half. Motion man, Flanagan in the shotgun. This looks like it's a designed run. He starts left, now cuts back, and not much there. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. So to bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I disagree with the call there. I mean, Flanagan's great with his legs, but you're setting your quarterback out there alone with a pulling guard, and then if that guard doesn't get it, your quarterback's going to be drilled. And he's a tough guy back there. He's already taken a couple big hits in this game, but I say hand the ball off, see what the defense is going to do, see how they shift.
Fiore, I believe, is the running back there. Looks like they're trying to set up the screen. They get it to him, and he careens out of bounds near the 25-yard line. There's a lot of players over on that far sideline.
Yeah, the flag is down.
Flag down. It is right at about the line of scrimmage, so it could either be a hold, could have been with a screenplay set up, could be a legal man downfield. We'll see here what the call is.
It looks like an illegal hit from behind.
Holding against Kyle Webster, the left tackle. So they tried to set up that screen to Fiore. Again, stay with us at halftime. We'll have an interview with senior co-captain Michael Fiore. And I thought for Fiore, that was going to be catch number 24 of his career. He's more of a runner. Not tied, 7th all-time in Union rushing touchdown history, 27 career rushing touchdowns for Fiore, the senior from down on Long Island. Over 2,200 career rushing yards for Michael Fiore. He's had the most success this afternoon in this first half. Flanagan puts a man into motion. Takes the shotgun snap. They're going to run a counter play with Fiore, and Fiore maybe gets 2 yards. Not a lot there as this Ithaca defense closes quickly, and it's going to be 3rd and long. And this is not what you wanted to be in if you're Coach John Drock. Backed up behind the sticks, 3rd and 17. So this certainly looks like a passing play. 3rd and 17, ball is on the 12-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side. Flanagan has time, delivers, caught by Rivera. Rivera makes a move at the 20 and gets close to the 25-yard line, but he's going to be about 4 or 5 yards short of the line to gain. It's going to bring up 4th down. So that's a pickup of 12, but the problem was it was 3rd and 17. And so Union will have to punt again. So Hayden Hall back out to punt. Andrew Mellis, the sophomore from Wexford, PA, is standing at the Ithaca 32. As Hall gets the punt away, he kind of got collided into. No flag, it flies, and a fair catch called for by Mellis at the 36-yard line, and that's where Ithaca will start. Some of the Union fans are looking for the flag, and I can't blame them there, as Hall got not hit hard, but he definitely got hit, and usually they're trying to protect those punters, especially when they're either landing or up in the air. So I was surprised that maybe even just the 5-yard penalty didn't come out. But Mellis made the fair catch at the 36. It'll be 1st and 10 for Ithaca. 8:41 to go in the first half. Ithaca leading 7-0. They're going to hand this one to Jalen Leonard Osborne. Osborne with some room, trying to get to the sideline, turn it up, and he gets about 4 to the 40. Both teams been trying to establish this running game. So we look at the offense. Not much room to run in this game. Jalen Leonard Osborne with 21 rushing yards now. Jake Williams with 24 rushing yards. Here's Leonard Osborne again, and he doesn't get much, maybe a yard. Ben, the best play for Ithaca from Jalen Leonard Osborne was on the opening kick return that he brought all the way close to midfield and set them up with a short field that they ended up scoring the first touchdown on.
And he's dangerous.
Yeah.
He's fast. And if he sees a lane, he's gonna take it, and that's what Union has to do. They really need to close these holes fast, or else he can pop one. You know, it's just a matter of time here.
Well, we heard from Coach Drock about that. You mentioned that 2023 Liberty League Offensive Player of the Year last season, Jalen Leonard Osborne. This is 3rd and 5. It's going to be a passing play. Parker, and he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. It's a sack. Charlie Johnson gets up and tries to fire up the Union sideline. As Union didn't bring the blitz there, but Johnson got through. The nose tackle from Allendale, New Jersey, brings Parker down, and it was a loss of 6, and it's going to bring up 4th and 11, and Ithaca's going to have to punt. Charlie Johnson getting a lot of high fives and salutes over here on this near sideline. After wrapping it up there, his first, well, he's got 2.5 sacks now on the season. Jake Williams, high punt, but doesn't have much distance around it. Luckily gets a favorable bounce and a roll out about the 35-yard line. So back and forth we go here as both defenses have kind of set the tone here early.
You have to love Union getting a sack from a nose tackle.
Yeah. I mean, he just kind of
fired
barrel
up.
rushed. Yeah, kind of barrel rushed up the middle. All of a sudden, the pocket collapsed on Parker. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Garnet Chargers at the 33-yard line. Union trying to get some offense going. Didn't score last week against Hobart. Haven't scored here. 6:41 to go in the first half. Trailing 7-0. Going to fake the handoff. Flanagan's going to roll out. He's got his man Tolbert, and Tolbert does a nice job tapping the toes at the 41-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 and bring up 2nd and short. And that's what Union's offense has to do, Ben. Get in 2nd and short, 2nd and manageable, and as the coaching staff would say, kind of stay ahead of the sticks.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get these great options here on second and short. You have your play action. You have your inside runs. Maybe you motion a man out, little pop pass, set up a screen. This is a great spot for you to be in right here.
Ball's at the 41-yard line. 4 receivers, 2 to each side for Flanagan, who has Anderson in the backfield. They're going to hand it to him. He's trying to find some room, and he's going to be wrestled down. Big tackle there from 94, Isaiah Kauser, senior from Victor, New York. Big hit. They gave Anderson 1 yard, and it's going to be 3rd and 1. So 2nd and 2. They run it, and it's now 3rd and 1. And what do you do here? Do you just try to run it, or do you – I don't know if this is 4-down territory here at your own 42-yard line. So you really got to try to get this one, keep this drive going. Under 6 minutes to go in quarter number 2.
And you see here they're bringing in their fullback and their big tight end.
Got to move here. 10 seconds on the play clock. Flanagan in the pistol. He's got Anderson behind him. Just gets the snap off. Anderson, well, he had a head of steam, but he's going to lose a yard, it looks like, as Ithaca's defense pushes forward as Kauser is the one who is trying to get his sideline fired up. And it looks like they're actually going to move the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. And it's going to be 4th down and 1. So I think Union's going to have to punt again. So give credit to this Ithaca defensive line. Ryan Riley out there. Also, I think O'Neal was out there. Kauser. Number 90, Chris Clacks as well. Not much room for Union on that 2nd and 2. They run, they get 1. 3rd and 1, they get nothing. And now it's 4th down and Hall out to punt. Fair catch called for by Mellis, and he makes it at the 23-yard line. So feels like the punters have been busy in this first half. Ithaca scoring on the game's first drive, and since then, a whole lot of defense as it's 7-0. I guess it shouldn't really surprise anybody between these two teams. Ithaca winning last year 17-9 at Butterfield. It was the only regular season loss of the season for Union last year. These games have been very close. The last Union win came back in 2019. That's when Union went 10-0. That was they won 8-0 on that game, 31-21 winning against Ithaca. Here's Parker scrambling, and he manages to get a few yards before he's tackled by number 8, John Dragitis, the freshman linebacker who has stepped up and made some nice plays here. He's the freshman from Peabody, Mass. Pickup of 6. Parker quickly on the line, running right up the middle, and not much there, as it was Williams with the carry, maybe a yard, and now Ithaca's going to be staring at a 3rd and 2. So give credit to both defenses, especially the defensive lines, as they've really stiffened when necessary. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Kind of moving along here. You're going to pass it. It's caught by Klein. He gets away from the initial tackler, and he's out of bounds. A big pickup on 3rd and short. Seems like Ithaca in this game, Ben, has been trying to get to the line quickly. They do there. It's a 3rd and short. They pass it to Klein. He gets all the way down to the Union 42-yard line. Big pickup there on 3rd and short. It looked like he was going to be tripped up just beyond the line to gain, but he ends up scooting for more. Play action. Parker standing high in the pocket. He's got a man open, and it's caught. Touchdown. It's caught by Nicholas Lang, and it is a 42-yard touchdown pass from Parker to Lang, and the Bombers are up 13-0.
I mean, maybe Union was confused on that touchdown play, but I mean, you have 2 high safeties there and then a man beater, and so that high safety has got to come over and help. You cannot give a receiver like that 3 yards of separation there.
And Nicholas Lang has come on here as a sophomore, 5th receiving touchdown of the season, and out to attempt the extra point is Balden out of the hold of Hayden Richardson. Richardson holds it, Balden kicks it, and it's up and good with 3:06 to go. In the first half, it's Ithaca 14, Union nothing. So the running game, we talked about in the pregame, is that where the game's going to be won or lost with the running game? And both teams have had tough sledding, but where Ithaca has made the difference is 2 long passing touchdowns, 2 from Parker, 1 to Marinaccio, and 1 to Nicholas Lang. And that is the difference right now as Ithaca leads at 14-0. But, Ben, the running game, the teams have not had much yards to speak of. If you look at it, Ithaca's got 49 yards rushing, Union just 20 yards rushing in this first half, as both defenses have kind of stiffened up defensively against the run. Ithaca, though, has the edge passing, 127 passing yards to Union's 41. So Union has got to get the offense going here. Just 61 yards of offense for Union. And it hasn't been that they haven't had the football. They've had lots of plays. 21 plays offensively for just 61 yards. Looked like maybe there was a big hole. The returner brings it all the way to the 25-yard line, and that's where Union will start this drive. Ben, how important is it for Union to get something here trying to go down the field? They'll get the ball to start the second half. So the old cliche is try to double dip here, try to get something here to end the first half and then get the ball to start the second half. And maybe you can get something going in your direction here.
And they need to give Flanagan time. You see they're running these sprint outs and they're hitting the guys in the flats, and that's what they need to keep doing. They're getting men open. We've trips left here. Flanagan in the shotgun.
Flanagan 6 of 9 in this game for 41 yards. Here is a high percentage pass complete to Fiore out of the backfield, and he is going to be close to a first down. And again, this is where you wanted to be. We thought last drive we get his 8-yard pickup, 2nd and 2. You get 1, then you get none, and all of a sudden it's 4th and 1. But that is what you want on first down. 9-yard pass completion from Flanagan to Fiore. Under 3 minutes to go in this first half. Ithaca leading 14-0. Flanagan takes the shotgun snap. Almost the same play. They're going to drop it off for Fiore, and this time Fiore will spin in. And he gets close to the 43-yard line, 42-yard line. It'll be 9-yard pickup. Almost the same play, Ben.
Yeah, I mean, what's the old saying? If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. So it's a first down for Union out to the 42. Would Union try to do that a third time here? They got 3 receivers all to the far side. This time Flanagan looking downfield. He's being pursued. He's just going to heave it down the field as running after him was Chanchuli, the sophomore who leads Ithaca with 2 sacks this season, was in pursuit of Flanagan.
That's a great choice there by Flanagan. See nothing downfield. Throw it out of bounds. Set up a good second down. You know, give your offense time.
It was almost the same play, though.
Yeah.
They had Fiore snake out of the backfield. They just didn't look his way. They were looking downfield. Man in motion is Dan Quinn from right to left. Flanagan with Fiore in the backfield. They fake the handoff. Flanagan standing in the pocket. He's going to throw the ball down the field, and it's incomplete. It was Gil Rivera, I believe, who was the intended receiver. He almost had to play some defense there. As back there defensively, I think it was Jake Connolly, 7. Either that or 27, Andrew Swearbutt, who ended up, it looked like the pass was coming into Swearbutt, and Gil Rivera made a nice cut inside to make a play on the ball, and it drops incomplete. I didn't see who took timeout there, but it's 3rd down and 10, a minute 55 to go. It wasn't to try to save the clock because that was an incomplete pass. Maybe it was, if it was Ithaca who took it, maybe just their defense just to try to get a breath here, as they've been on the field a lot in this first half, even though they haven't given up a lot of yards. It's kind of been back and forth, punt, 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 punt. The only non-punts, Ithaca's first drive of the game and their most recent drive, ended up in long touchdown passes from Parker to Marinaccio, the first one, and to Nicholas Lang, the most recent one, has the Bombers in front 14-0. So it's 3rd down and 10. We're going to see 5 receivers, 3 to the far side for Flanagan as Ithaca, or Union rather, tries to keep this drive alive. Ithaca trying to get off the field. Now 4 receivers to the top of the screen. Flanagan. Pass is caught on the far sideline. Nice catch over there as it's Leonard, who's had a couple go in and out of his hands, but made a tremendous play there as he goes all the way down to the Ithaca 34. So that was a huge play on 3rd and 10. The first down keeps this drive alive.
Yeah, a good catch and an even better route. You know, you motion your man left, you then become quads on the left side there. Flanagan, he has 2 crossing routes, and then it's a one-on-one man beater. You see the slant over the middle, and then the chair route. He's gonna have that break down the left sideline, then just have to have good hands there.
Pickup of 24 from Flanagan to Leonard. Now the pocket collapses. Flanagan trying to spin away, still running, and now he's slammed down by Cianciulli. That's one of those where you sometimes see, as Union's going to take a timeout, you sometimes see penalty flag come out when you kind of do one of those suplexes. Now, granted, he's just trying to bring down Flanagan, but it looks kind of worse than it actually is, and Union's sideline was looking for a flag, and they didn't get one. It'll be 2nd and 10 as Flanagan did his best just to get back to the line of scrimmage. So after that long pass play from Flanagan to Leonard, 24 yards, Ben, Union set up here. They're deep, the deepest they've driven into Ithaca territory in this game. A minute 35 to go. Again, they'll get the ball to start the second half. Stay with us at halftime. We've got an interview with senior co-captain Michael Fiore. We'll take a look at the first half statistics, and we'll take a look at some scores from the Liberty League and around the Northeast at halftime. But this is a big possession here for both teams. Union trying to get some points on the scoreboard, go into halftime with some momentum. Ithaca trying to keep this shutout going as the Bombers lead at 14-0. Flanagan with Fiore in the backfield to his right. 3 receivers to the top. Tolbert is the receiver at the bottom. Flanagan's got time. He's going to throw it deep into the end zone, and it is intercepted in the end zone by Tommy Moran. So Flanagan was looking into the end zone. I think it was Dan Quinn who was down there. And it's going to be an interception for Flanagan, his 7th of the season. And just like that, you thought Union trying to build something, get some momentum going, and Moran makes the big play, the senior from Wayne, New Jersey, his 6th career interception. And Ithaca will get the ball at the 20-yard line with a minute 28 to go.
That right there is not the time for the big play. You have a minute 28. You just had that huge 30-yard gain. Screen here for Ithaca.
It's a Leonard Osborne. Union looked like they're content to just kind of give something up short. The clock rolls. Ithaca just has 1 timeout remaining. The screen play to Leonard Osborne picks up 9. Ithaca quickly to the line. They've been quick all day, but now quick because they need to be. A minute 5 to go. Pass on that far side and going out of bounds is Klein. That's be enough for the first down. It'll be a pickup of 4. So now Union's defense, Ben, has to do some damage control here.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of on their heels right now. It's because we talked about earlier, you see him, he's clapping. He's like, give me the ball now.
Ithaca's certainly playing with tempo. Here's Parker standing in the pocket, has time, throws, pass complete. It's Marinaccio, and he's got the ball on the Union side of the field at the 49, pickup of 18. Clock is going to roll, though, once they set the chains. There it goes, 53 seconds. Parker's not going to spike it. He's going to go. Pass caught, and stepping out of bounds is Matos right near the first down. And just like that, they're all the way down to the Union 40 with 46 seconds to go.
And that's the hardest route to cover in football, those quick 3-yard outs. And that's also the hardest route to throw. Because if he doesn't get that good timing, he's maybe a little behind the receiver. That's, the easiest pick in the game.
Especially here with the clock stopping at first downs in college. You don't know if they're going to go towards the sideline or towards the middle of the field. Here is Parker. He's going to scramble. He's got the first down. He's hit hard, and they're going to wind the clock because he was going backwards, 35 seconds. So Ithaca's got to hurry here. They do have a first down, and now they're going to take their third and final timeout. A pickup of about 3, needed 1. So this is the final timeout for Ithaca, coming with 32 seconds left in this first half. The ball is at the Union 37. They do have a kicker in Balden who's hit from 45 this season. If you're an Ithaca fan, he had the unenviable task of following Nick Bahamande, who was I believe an All-American kicker for the Bombers. But Balden has done a nice job, 5 of 6 for the field goals, 22 of 25 on extra points this season. 32 seconds to go in this first half, and right now, if you're Union, the best case scenario is trying to get to the locker room at down 14-0. Again, it'll be 2 more quarters without any points. They didn't score last week against Hobart. We talked about the last time this team was shut out before last week was 6 years ago against this Ithaca team. Shotgun snap for Parker. Parker throw, pass, caught. Nice play by Hines and De Silva. And Ithaca's got no timeout, so they've got to hurry to the field. They're going to have to spike it, 20 seconds. Now the problem, though, is you spiked it, and now it's third down. So they spike it with 18 seconds. Now you can't spike it if you don't get the first down on this play. So there's only 18 seconds left, and the ball is at the 33-yard line. So still out of the range of Balden, as it would be a 50-yard field goal from here. The wind isn't so – it was really windy yesterday and overnight. Kind of wind where I think my trash cans were turned upside down here yesterday. Very windy yesterday. Not as windy today. 3rd down and 6. Parker's going to go for it all. He's looking into the end zone, and it's incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down with 12 seconds to go.
Yeah,
so
if I'm Ithaca here, I'm going for it. I mean, you have 12 seconds left, and
looks like they're going to bring in the
kick.
field goal kicker, yeah. They're bringing in Balden, the kicker. This will be a 50-yard field goal from the left hash. Ball is being held right at the 40-yard line.
This could be the deepest kick of his career right here.
A long of 45 this season for Balden. This one from 50. High snap. Nice job getting it down. The kick is up, and it is good. A 50-yard field goal from Derek Balden. And with 6 seconds to go in the first half, it's now Ithaca 17, Union nothing. Well, I guess I put the reverse jinx on, right? I said they were not within Balden's range, and he just showed that his range is from a little bit further.
That was impressive.
He kicked that one from almost from Rotterdam. 50-yard field goal. Again, not much wind. He just put a drive into it, and looks like it's going to be 17-0. So what a change of events, man. Union driving. They throw the interception in the end zone, and the Bombers drive it all the way down the field to get a 50-yard field goal with very little time left here in this first half. What a kick from Balden.
And you don't see that a lot here. I mean, you have I think a 4th and 6 there. You have, 18 seconds left on the clock. If I'm Ithaca, I'm saying I'm going to go for this, maybe take a shot for the end zone. But I guess head coach knew he can drill it from here in practice. Why can't he do it in the game?
Well, Balden's going to get another chance to kick it here on the kickoff, and he puts his right foot. Well, this is a squib kick, and it's picked up at the 25-yard line and brought out to the 35, and 2 seconds to go. Union, again, will get the ball to start the second half. Stick with us at halftime. We've got an interview with senior co-captain Michael Fiore. One of the Ithaca Bombers is slow to get up. It's number 36. Jimmy Holm, wrong roster. Number 36, Ty Bolin, the freshman linebacker from Toms River, New Jersey, but nice to see him. He got up and got to the sideline, although he's bent over on that far sideline. So we'll see what Union does here. It looks like they're just going to take a knee. 2 seconds to go. Ball's at the 36-yard line, so Union going to have to regroup at halftime. Ithaca leading at 17-0, and they do take the knee, and that'll be our halftime score. At halftime, it is Ithaca 17, Union 0. The Bombers scoring on the first drive of the game, and then they score on the last drive, their last 2 drives, I think. They got a touchdown, and then they got a 50-yard field goal from Derek Balden to make it 17-0. At the end of the first half. So Union's going to have to regroup. Ben, your thoughts here? I mean, it was a tough, in between the 20s, it was tough sledding. Ithaca had the 2 long passes that led to touchdowns. But Union's going to have to regroup here at halftime.
Yeah, they have to. It doesn't feel like a 17-0 game. You feel like there's a kind of, from a fan perspective, kind of a snooze fest with all these punts going back and forth. But I think the main thing in the game here is the amount of first downs that Ithaca has compared to Union. I think Ithaca right now, they have 10 first downs compared to Union's 4. And that's what's going to happen. These third down conversions that the head coach talked about before the game, that's how they're going to get into these red zone plays, maybe pick up 3, get a good score in. But they need to start converting down here in the stretch. In between the 30s, they are, falling. They're completely collapsing here. And then on that play, Union, you see Flanagan drops back, thinks he has a man deep. Not the greatest ball, he's ever thrown. He wishes he could have that one back. But if I'm the head coach, I'm not heaving the ball 30 yards there. You have a minute and a half left in the game. You have one-on-one coverage, and then that there's another safety that's going to come over and help. And if he doesn't throw a perfect ball there, it's either going to go incomplete or an interception. I'm calling, a crosser here or something different.
So we'll see. We'll regroup. We'll be back. We're going to step aside. You'll hear an interview with senior co-captain Michael Fiore. And then we'll be back with first half statistics and a look at scores around the Liberty League and around the Northeast. After one half of play here from Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York, it's Ithaca 17, Union 0. Just talk about how fast it's gone. Fiore and Mike, thanks for taking a few minutes and joining us here. Just talk about your career. This is your 5th year, but this is your 4th football season. Just talk about how fast it's gone and the things that you've been able to accomplish and what you kind of remember about being a football player at Union College.
Yeah, absolutely. It feels like yesterday. Came in COVID year, as a first year, and kind of was just thrown into it right away. But it's been a long run. It's been a great ride. I couldn't be happier with how my career at Union turned out, and all the people I've met and the experiences I've gained. So, it's certainly been a ride with ups and downs, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Being joined by senior co-captain running back Michael Fiore. Mike, the career statistics and the stuff that you've been able to put up is stuff that's going to be in the record books here for a long time. Over 2,000 rushing yards in your career and 27 touchdowns to date. Is there a statistic? I mean, I'm sure you'll think about those things, in the future when your career is all over. But are those type of things, those career numbers, those rushing yards, those type of things, the touchdowns, things that you are especially proud of?
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely things that, I'm proud of as a player. Certainly things that, I hope that I would accomplish when I committed to Union. But, I'm most proud of, the seasons and then the wins that we've been able to have here, and the overall milestones, like making the NCAA playoffs, winning a playoff game last year. Obviously scoring against Johns Hopkins was pretty cool. Just the overall experience I've had here definitely trumps any individual accolades I've gotten.
Sure. Well, Speaking of that, and we're being joined by senior co-captain Michael Fiore, you picked a captain. What does that mean to be kind of picked as a captain by your peers and to lead this group in your final season?
Yeah, it means the world to me. To be able to be seen as a leader and somebody that, my teammates look up to me. It's unbelievable. It's an honor. First of all, it's a privilege. I've understood what that takes and what responsibility I've had as a captain, and it was just really cool. It was really, really cool to be recognized by my teammates, the guys I love, the guys that I go to war with every Saturday. Football, it's not easy. It's a grind of a season, and so just to be chosen as one of those guys that they can kind of lean on in times of adversity, and they look to, when they need help, it's really cool, and I appreciate that, and I'll be in their debt forever, because that's a pretty cool accomplishment, and I'm really proud of it.
Being joined by senior co-captain Michael Fiore. It's halftime of the game between Union and Ithaca, and you mentioned coming to school. Your first year was 2020, but what originally drew you to Union? You're a Long Island guy, grew up on Long Island. What kind of got you interested in the school and the football program?
Yeah, I was recruited by former coach Jeff Behrman, so he definitely had something to do with it. I knew Coach Behrman before my time at Union, and I actually saw him at a camp in my junior year of high school when I was on the recruiting trail. So he kind of introduced Union to me, and I came for an overnight, and I came against, in 2019 when they beat RPI to go undefeated that season. And the atmosphere was unmatched. Just the guys I met on the team and the people that I was able to meet as soon as I stepped foot on campus immediately drew me here. Just similar mindsets. Just overall the quality of people here is unmatched. So I'm really lucky that I ran into Coach Behrman that day at that random camp, because he kind of introduced Union to me, and it's become my home. So super lucky.
And of course, Coach Behrman coached down at Stony Brook before he took the head coaching job at Union.
Yep.
Mike, just talk about being a running back. Is that always been the position, and what do you enjoy about being a running back? Take me back to the Pop Warner days. Has that been always the position that you've been at, and what do you like about it?
I've been I guess a running back since I could remember. Flag football as a running back. I love running with the ball, and then eventually in Pop Warner growing up, I was a wing back. I think we ran like a little triple op. I mean, you can't really run that much, at that age. So I was getting jet sweeps and all that, and I love scoring touchdowns, and I love running, and I kind of just fell in love with the position. And then junior year of high school, I was actually just a linebacker. I only played defense my junior year of high school. There's a guy in front of me, older guy, who kind of only played running back, so I didn't really get that many touches as a junior. And then senior year, I finally got an opportunity to play running back full time, and I found my love for it again, and I'm grateful that they decided that's the position they wanted me at here. Because I was originally getting recruited as a linebacker here. And then after my senior high school tape came out, the coaches called me up and they said, you know what, we want you to come in as a running back. And I'm eternally grateful that they did, because I love it. It's a special position. It's not an individual position. It's something that you can lean on your guys for. You got to lean on the offensive line. You got to lean on the receivers. So it's definitely special. And then being able to go out there and make guys miss and run over guys, it's fun. It's a special position.
So that was going to be my next question here. How would you describe your running style? Because I kind of view you as more of a between the tackle type guy, but you've obviously been able to bounce it outside as well. So how would you kind of describe playing against Michael Fiore?
Yeah, I guess I've varied between, being able to go and squeeze in between the tackles and, try to show off my, the speed a little bit and bounce it to the outside. But overall, probably just, I would describe myself as a slasher. So I value being able to wear defenses down and, 5 yards, 6 yards, 15 yards, you know what I mean? And 3 yards, 6 yards, 12 yards. So it's kind of like, just a slasher, wear defenses down, always fall forward. Definitely not the guy that's going to, circle the field and probably break a 90-yard run. But, I'll definitely be able to go out there and get you, 11 if a hole opens up for sure.
Being joined by senior co-captain Michael Fiore, and Mike, you and Jonathan Anderson, one of your fellow running backs, did something that was very rare last year. It was only the 27th time in Division III history that two teammates in the backfield rushed for over 1,000 yards in a season. What, I guess, did that mean to you? And when you go back to talking about running back being kind of, it's not just about you, how about what kind of did that mean for this offensive line and this offensive unit as a whole to kind of hit that mark last season?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I see that accomplishment as an offensive award, an offensive accomplishment. John is a phenomenal running back, and I'm super lucky to have him, next to me, and to have him be able to go in there and do similar things. So, it's really lucky when you got a guy like that that's going to come in and produce, just as much as you. I'll be in for a few plays, and the defense will have their hands on their hips, and John's coming in fresh legs to do similar things. So, I definitely think it's a group effort. The offensive line, they're phenomenal. They do their thing every week. So, that was a special thing, but I think it was definitely more of an offensive thing.
Yeah, the two of you guys in your career have totaled over 4,000 yards together and over 40 touchdowns. So, I mean, it's been pretty impressive, the numbers that you guys have put up. And like you said, kudos to the offensive line. Being joined by senior co-captain Michael Fiore, it's halftime in the game between Union and Ithaca. And Michael, take me here. I know we've got a few games left. You're still early on in the academic calendar, but you're a 3-time Dean's List student. What do you hope, or what do you envision yourself doing, as you move forward beyond Union?
Yeah, so I'm actually a fifth-year senior, so I'll be gone after the fall. So this is actually my final few weeks at Union in general, football player and student. So I'm hoping to use some of the connections that I made from Union and some of the connections I've had prior to Union to catapult me, whether that's in, I've been looking at athletic fundraising or sales development, fields like that. Maybe work for a year and figure out, how I like it. And then, there's also the possibility of graduate school after Union.
Sure.
To try to get my master's.
That's senior co-captain Michael Fiore. And we come to the kind of quick hitter section of our interview. And again, you're a guy from Long Island. So we'll just kind of take you through some favorites here. How about favorite sports team? Doesn't have to be football, growing up, or currently.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Giants, Yankees, Knicks guy. So the Giants probably my first love there. I'm a diehard Giants fan, diehard Yankees fan. Obviously, a tough one with the World Series, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah. Well, they got that.
Yeah, they got there, but didn't get it done. So no, but no, Giants fan probably is number one there.
It's Knicks season now.
Yeah, it is. Now we turn the page to Knicks. Yeah, exactly.
How about favorite player? Again, doesn't have to be football. Doesn't even have to be running back. Favorite players? Couple guys that you watched growing up, or maybe even now?
Yeah, I've always loved. Obviously, as a Giants fan, I loved Odell when he was here because I was kind of, when I was growing up, he first came onto the scene, and I had the Odell jersey. But running back, probably Brandon Jacobs.
Okay.
Strange one there, yeah.
No, that's a good one. He had some monster years there for Big Blue.
Oh, yeah, Super Bowl champ. That dude was a monster. He just run through people's faces, so I loved it. So, yeah, I guess that's my sleeper favorite player is Brandon Jacobs.
How about favorite food? Or something maybe we ordering when you're going home, or like a type of food, Italian, Mexican. What type of food here?
Yeah, so I'm Italian, so I got to go with obviously probably pizza as original as that sounds. I grew up on Long Island, go to the city all the time. I've been lucky to be around some great pizza, so I'm a snob when it comes to pizza. So I'm pretty critical.
All right. But, there's some pretty good places around Schenectady if you can find them.
Oh yeah, there's a few.
How about favorite movie, or like a type of movie, or something recently that you really enjoyed?
Yeah, so I'm a Goodfellas guy. I love Goodfellas. It's probably number one. I like the mafia, the mob type of movies. So I like Casino also. Donnie Brasco. Those are all favorites for me. So
okay, sticking with that theme then? Maybe how about favorite TV show? Is that where you go there too?
Yeah. Can you guess?
Is it Sopranos?
It is.
All right. How about favorite music or type of music or something you're listening to when maybe on game day?
Yeah, so on game day, it kind of varies. I like I'm a 50 Cent guy when it comes to like rap. I love his music. It always gets me juiced up. And then like different types of like rock, country type of music. So I kind of vary on my mood and what gets me going that day, but 50 Cent's always a constant in my playlist.
All right, and then finally, how about a couple things or things that you're doing when it's not either maybe you got days away from practice or it's not football season, either back home? Is it concerts? Is it the beach? Is it hiking? What are you up to if it's not football?
Yeah, so I'm fortunate. I live right by the beach at home, so obviously in the summertime, I love the beach. You'll find me on the beach 4 days a week. So love going to the beach. Love golfing. I've really gotten into golfing, especially at Union. Me and my buddies go all the time. So golfing, beach, and then just hanging with my guys. Union's brought me my best friends, and so I valuing that time with them while we're still here, and then being able to go out and meet up with them in the off season and hang out and chop it up. So probably those three.
Well, and on that note, our final question here is any shout outs here, friends, family, former players, high school coaches and teammates, anybody who may be watching our game here this afternoon, or maybe when they get home from watching the game in person are going to watch the replay of the game. Anybody that you want to give a shout out to, the senior co-captain running back Michael Fiore?
Yeah, obviously shout out my mom and dad. Couldn't have gotten here, got this point, this far in my career without them. They've been tremendous supporters for me, my whole life. So, they kind of make it work. Then shout out all my family members, Uncle Mike, Aunt Joy, Uncle Pete, my Aunt Allie, my Aunt Dina, my Aunt Gina, all my cousins, and all my guys back home, Ward Melville. Shout out Ward Melville.
All right. Well, hey, appreciate it. That was Senior Co-Captain Michael Fiore here. We'll be right back. Second half coming up here between Union and Ithaca. Thank you to Senior Co-Captain Michael Fiore for joining us in the halftime. As we get you set here, teams coming back out onto the field for the second half. Union is on the near sideline here. And as we're getting you set here, Andrew Santillo and Ben McDonough with you. Just trying to, some technical, it's always technical issues here that we're trying to iron out. Let me see here. We take a look at some of the statistics from the first half. Ben, you want to take us through some of the first half stats here from our score, which is Ithaca 17, Union nothing at the half.
Yeah, I mean, as we said towards the end of the half, the Ithaca 10 to Union 4, first downs. That's absolutely massive. And then the third down conversions, 3 of 8 and 2 of 7. That's pretty close. And then all these punts that you're finding Union in, and I think, there's not that many turnovers. You saw Flanagan there kind of launch the interception towards the end of the half. They get the huge kick at the end of the game, so they're playing pretty clean football. You're not seeing a lot of huge penalties, and a very fast first half. Back and forth. I think only, how many penalties here? Yeah, two for Union for 20 yards and 1 for Ithaca for 5 yards. In possession time, pretty even. I think Ithaca has Union by a minute possession-wise, so, they're pretty even stats. It's just Union here, as we said, when they get to midfield, they completely collapse. They find themselves in these, 2nd and 8. They have the play call, maybe it slips the receiver's hands. We saw that in the first quarter with 2 drop passes, and then, these little flats that they were hitting that was really working. We said, oh, wow, they ran the same play 4 straight times. Yeah. But, Union just needs to, find guys over the middle is the main thing. They need to find these open. Flanagan's getting good protection, but his receivers need to start getting open.
Total yards, Union 98, Ithaca 223. A lot of that on those 2 long passes. One 42 yards to Nicholas Lang. The other one a 25-yard touchdown pass to Ben Marinaccio. Matthew Parker in that first half, only 4 incompletions, 13 of 17 for 171 yards and 2 touchdowns. Patch Flanagan, 9 of 15 for 78 yards and 1 interception. It was a costly one. It came in the end zone. And we mentioned the punters. Hayden Hall, 5 punts in that first half. Jake Williams, the Ithaca punter, had 4 punts. Rushing yards were tough to come by. Ithaca 52 yards rushing. Union just 20 yards rushing on 14 carries. So we get ready to kick off here. It will be Derek Balden, who ended the first half with that 50-yard field goal, who will boot the ball away with the right foot going left to right. Union will be coming right to left here, and a fair catch called for and made. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Union to start this third quarter. Union football would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of this season, this 2024 season. Brown Coach, CDPHP, Marcello's Appliance Center, Courtyard Marriott by Marriott Mohawk Harbor, Curtis Lumber, the Doubletree by Hilton, Katie O'Byrne's Irish Pub, Ortho New York, New Country Lexus of Latham, Homewood Suites, and the Hampton Inn in downtown Schenectady. Proud supporters of Union College football. Shotgun snap to Patch Flanagan. Flanagan running left. He's got to get to the sideline, and he steps out of bounds as Jake Connolly was in pursuit along with Danny Portas. It'll be a first down for Patch Flanagan. So that one, I guess, a designed run. And they get the ball out to the 36-yard line, pickup of 11, and it'll be a first down for Union.
Yeah, you see Union run that a lot. You don't want to call to read option because it doesn't look like they're setting up the blocks to go either way. So It's kind of a designed run to look like a other handoff.
3 receivers to the far side after the man goes in motion. They throw to the near side for Tolbert, and Tolbert knocked out of bounds by Portas, and it'll be another high percentage completion play. That's a nice play on first down that gets you about 6. I guess 5. It'll be 2nd and 5, but that's going to be the key for Union. We heard Coach Drock in the pregame. Got to stay on the field, got to try to cash in on drives. Again, this is a Union offense that has not scored since a couple of weeks ago against Buffalo State. No points last week against Hobart, no points in this first half. Opening minute of the second half, Ithaca leading 17-0. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. They're going to fake the handoff to Fiore, and Tolbert has it hit him right in the hands, and he's looking dejected after that one as he tried to haul it in. Robbie Tolbert, probably their best receiver. He's had an outstanding career, came in just 3 catches shy of 100 for his career, over 1,200 receiving yards, and 14 receiving touchdowns, which is tied for 10th all-time in school history. So he looks to the sideline, gives a thumbs up. It'll be 3rd and 5. That would have been enough for the first down, the last incompletion to Tolbert. 3 receivers up top, 4 Patch Flanagan in the shotgun. They're going to roll him to the right. He gets rid of it, throws, and it is incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. So Union gets 1 first down. And then back-to-back incompletions after a 5-yard play. It'll bring up 4th and 5 and Hayden Hall. We talked about 5 punts in the first half for Hayden Hall. This will be his 6th punt. Just as busy on the other side has been Andrew Mellis, who stands at the Ithaca 20 waiting for this punt. Hall, nice punt, pushes Hall back to the 15, or Mellis back to the 15, and he's tackled right at about the 16 or 17-yard line. Ben, one bright spot for Union in this game has been the field positioning. Once they kind of got things going in their direction, they were pinning Ithaca back drive after drive.
Yeah, and that always makes offensives, nervous. When you're in the shadows of your own end zone, you're constantly, it kind of feels like another defensive player right behind you. So, got to get the ball out quick. Ithaca with some great tempo, as they've been playing earlier.
And now a quarterback is Colin Shum. Shum's going to run. This is Shum's first play as the quarterback, as Matthew Parker played quarterback in that first half. Now Shum's going to stay out there, the sophomore from Prospect Park, Pennsylvania. Thrown for just under 500 yards coming in. Him and Parker have kind of been out there back and forth. Parker played well in that first half. 2 touchdown passes, 1 to Marinaccio, 1 to Lang, but it's Shum here to start the second half. You're going to hand it to Jalen Leonard Osborne, and Leonard Osborne bounces to the outside. He's finally taken down by Emmanuel Green at the 25-yard line. Pickup of 8. It's going to be 3rd and short.
You don't see that a lot with the quarterback switch when he has 2 touchdown passes in the first half. Now, they're both sophomores, and Parker, was really great in that first half.
Yeah.
He was, hitting all his men. And
yeah, we said, I think,
percentage.
13 for 17 in that first half. So I think maybe this is just a change of pace from head coach Mike Turper. Just get Shum out there, see what he can do. Maybe just give Union's defense another look. This is going to be Shum running. And Shum's got enough for the first down. Needed 2, got 3.
And, it's a, from an offensive standpoint, switching your quarterback, he's a little bit of a bigger guy. I think he's 6'4", and Parker's, 6'3".
Yeah.
Not a huge difference, but, maybe just bigger. You're running more QB-designed runs out of this. He maybe has some, better legs and also fresher legs. You saw this really fast-paced, no-huddle offense that Parker was running. Now Shum here, taking his time.
Shum's going to throw this one. Jalen Leonard Osborne, one-handed catch, and he is tackled at the 45. It will be a pickup of 17. De Silva and Gillespie and on the tackle, but what a catch from Jalen Leonard Osborne. One-handed catch out of the backfield. That may have actually been a backwards pass, as it was pretty close, but Jalen Leonard Osborne showing his dynamic skills there with that 17-yard pass play completion. Now he and Williams are in the backfield. They're going to throw it over the middle to Marinaccio, and he's right near the sticks. And they're going to generous spot there onto the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Bombers. And you see Ithaca right onto the ball, as you were saying earlier, Ben. And Shum's actually out of the game now. Matthew Parker back in. So,
yeah. Thought that was Shum there, behind the edge number 10 right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they pass it to Shum. So Shum now catches that ball and tries to run over a defender, and that got the Ithaca sideline fired up. It was not a short pass, but picked up about 7. So you're right. Shum stayed out there, and he caught that pass.
It's always dangerous
still
when
out
you
there.
see two quarterbacks on the field.
Yeah.
Maybe you find a trick play. Maybe Shum comes in motion, but
he's still running routes. But this
He's still getting
is
open.
this is Lang.
Wow.
Lang is still up, and he's dragged down finally at the 25, pickup of 12. And another first down for Ithaca. So this drive, first drive for Ithaca in the second half. They're trying to land a TKO. Here's the pass to Shum out of the backfield, and Shum puts his head down and gets tackled by Gillespie after a pickup of 6 or 7. And Ithaca certainly playing tempo. They're right back on the football. And you can see Union's defense is on its heels a bit here with 9:15 to go in the third quarter.
And that's the danger of Shum here. Comes in as a quarterback, but it's big enough to play tight end pretty much for this Ithaca team.
Yeah. Parker scrambles ahead, got close to the line to gain. Yeah, Shum's listed at 6'4", 210, so, he certainly could be a tight end type of target. He's finally going to come out of the game here, replaced by Sam Klein. So it's going to be 3rd and short. Here's a big play for Union's defense to try to make a stand here on this drive for Ithaca, which started after the punt. Union got the ball to start the second half, 1 first down, then they had to punt. And here is a 3rd and 1, and the shotgun is Parker. Is going to hand it to Williams, and Williams has the first down inside the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal. He only needed 1, and he got about 7. So Union's defense, as we've been saying, is backpedaling quickly here, and they got to put a heel in the ground here. Already trailing 17-0. Ithaca is looking for another score. They've got 2 passing touchdowns in this game from Parker to Marinaccio and Lang. 3 receivers to the top. They're going to throw, and it's incomplete, dropped by Lang. It'll bring up 2nd and goal. Not many incompletions in this game. We said only 4 in the first half. Tight end Ryan Watson into the game for Ithaca, who's now in the pistol. Jake Williams behind Parker. He's going to take the handoff, and he's going to be stoned. Big hit there, as it's the freshman linebacker, John Dragidas. And Dragidas makes a big hit. It's going to be 3rd and goal now from the 11. So it's taken to get all the way down inside the 10-yard line, but Union finally with a couple of good defensive plays here as we're about midway through this third quarter. Ithaca leading 17-0. This certainly seems like a passing down, 3rd and goal from the 11. Parker moving guys around, trying to get everybody set. 5 seconds on the play clock. They snap it, fake the handoff. Parker backpedaling, just kind of wings it, and it's intercepted. Big play there by Union's defense as Parker was just trying to get rid of it, and it's intercepted. And I believe it is John Dragitis, the freshman, his second interception of his career. And that is a huge play. This is the same end zone, Ben, that Union threw an interception into, and that was a big interception for this Union defense.
And Dragitis, against Buffalo State, won Rookie of the Week. He's been playing absolute great football for this team, especially as a freshman.
And an ill-advised pass from Parker, who was just trying to make something out of nothing. Flanagan running left, and he's twisted down after maybe a yard. But a big play from the Union defense, and we'll see maybe that's the spark here, as both teams have turned it over inside the red zone. Well, I guess Union's technically wasn't inside the red zone, but the interception happened in the end zone. Ithaca with now a turnover of its own, and for Parker, that's just his 4th interception of the season. He was being hung on to, and he just couldn't get a lot on it. Here's Anderson with some room to run. John Anderson breaking loose, spinning free, and getting a first down out close to the 20-yard line. Pickup of 11. It'll be a first down for Jonathan Anderson. So, Ben, if Union can get the combo of Anderson and Fiore rolling here, try to lean on this offensive line, move the football down the field, see if they can dent this scoreboard here. It still says 0 for Union with under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Flanagan, 2 receivers to the near side, Anderson in the backfield. They're going to hand it to Anderson. Anderson gets over the 20, but not much more, maybe a pickup of 3. As Burns, I think, was in there on the tackle for the Bombers. Really, the difference in this game is Ithaca's 2 touchdowns have been long passes from Parker. The first one came to Marinaccio, which wasn't that long, about medium size, about 25 yards, but the other one to Lang was 42 yards. That was a big play. Fiore gets through the initial line, and then there's just bodies everywhere, and Fiore maybe gets 2 yards, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 6. That's been the problem for Union in this game, Ben. Every yard, it feels like, has been hard-earned. You turn around, Anderson had that nice run. It was only, it was an 11-yard first down run. It was a nice run. You get the first down. But that was your big explosive play where Union's got to, it seems like every play, 2 yards, a 1 yard, a 3 yards, 4 yards. They got to kind of try to get some more room, especially in the running game. Here's Flanagan. Pass to Rivera. Here's a big play. First down and more. Gil Rivera out to the 44-yard line. That's a pass play of 22 yards and a first down for the Garnet Chargers. So that was a big play there, and Rivera has had a nice game so far in this game. Came in with 19 catches.
Give Flanagan time. He knows what he's doing. He was kind of the bright spot for the Union offense against Hobart. I know they got shut out, but 200 yards is total passing yards.
Now he's got time again. His pass is off the hands of Isaiah Russell. Russell was open. It was only about a 5-yard route, but he had to go off his hand incomplete.
Yeah, and that's what they need to keep doing, find those open men over the middle. They had that kind of deep in there, about 15 yards. He hits the in, and Flanagan, great timing, hits him right on the break into the hands, and then a nice little run after the catch there, and then You just have to catch that ball.
Shotgun snap. Here's Anderson running right, trying to find some room behind that big offensive line, and he gets about 4. But again, the Ithaca defense making it tough. Jake Connolly up from the secondary to make a hit. Ball's at the 48. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. Big play here for Union. 5 receivers, empty set for Flanagan. Turper's trying to call timeout down the far sideline, and he is granted the timeout. So Ithaca takes the timeout. We talked about this series between these two programs. 20th meeting. Ithaca leads the all-time series 15-4. Union's most recent win coming back in 2019. That was at Ithaca on the South Hill. It was they improved to 8-0 on the way to a 10-0 Liberty League championship. In that game, IK Irabor, 3 touchdowns, ran for almost 200 yards. So Union's wins, their 4 wins in this meeting, in this matchup, back to 1999. Then in the NCAAs in 2005, 2009, and then 2019. These teams have met 4 times in the NCAA tournament. That was actually the first meeting between these two programs back in 1985. Ithaca has won the last 3, including last year, and that was Union's only regular season loss of the year. They finished 9-1. Both teams went to the NCAA tournament to represent the league. Here it is again, 3rd and 6 after the Ithaca timeout. Empty set for Flanagan. Being pressured, he got hit as he threw it, and it's incomplete as Kauser and Chanchuli got through as Ithaca was bringing the heat. They didn't bring a blitz, but the D-line got off the jump there pretty quickly, and it's going to bring up 4th and 6. And I think Union's going to punt.
And it feels like Union is kind of in this position a lot. They get down to midfield and then don't get the 3rd downs, 4th and 5, and a punt there. Great punt here.
And it takes a big hop. Is it too much, though? No, it's not. It's down inside the 5. Tremendous job by the Union special teams. Trying to see who it is down there.
Looks like it was Mike DiNardo, I believe, on the special teams there to kind of stop that from going into the end zone.
I think, or possibly, I think it's Nate
Yeah.
Sullivan because he's staying out on the field, the co-captain, getting down there, batting the ball backwards, and then it's being downed at the 2-yard line. So you said it. So much of this time has been Union punting, but they've played that field position game, trying to maybe make a big play defensively to spark this team. So it'll be 1st and 10 Ithaca from the 2-yard line. They're going to run it, and Jalen Leonard Osborne just got out beyond the goal line. The Union team, the entire defense is making the safety symbol above their heads. They're going to say Jalen Leonard Osborne just by the skin of his teeth got out beyond the goal line. Parker's going to stay in the shotgun here. 2nd and 11 officially now, ball at the 1. Union's defense, can they make a big play here? Ithaca backed up. They still got their, well, now they're going to run it. Parker audibles, comes up and takes the snap from under center and just kind of pushes forward. Gets back maybe to the line of scrimmage initially. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
That's great awareness from the Union linebackers right there. They see him immediately sprint up right under center, and you see all these linebackers kind of just crash right on the center's head. They're trying to stop for what looks like a no-yard gain.
Yeah, I think he maybe got 1 back to the original line. It's a lost 1 yard, gain of 1 yard. It's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 2. Under a minute 30 to go in this third quarter. Ithaca leading 17-0. Here's Parker. He's going to take a shot deep, and he is going to be in and out of the hands of Lang. And there's a flag over on this side. There's a flag on this sideline.
We saw a Union, looks like a part of the coaching staff there, kind of down on the ground.
Yeah. No, just a sideline warning. Okay, so the flag comes out, and it's just a sideline warning. Yeah, I didn't see it on because I was looking on the far side. I don't know if the referee ran into somebody on the Union support side.
Yeah, I think that just the support side kind of went onto the field to get a better look, and the ref ran into them. So no harm, no foul there.
Here's Williams out to punt. He's not a punter, traditional punter. This one takes a hop and picked up by Leonard. And this is going to be tremendous field position for Union as Leonard is tackled at the Ithaca 31. So Union rewarded for playing this field position game, and they'll get the ball at the Ithaca 31 to start this drive. 1:07 to go in the third quarter. And this feels like, Ben, a must-score drive.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. I feel like if they don't score here, defensive stop, score, defensive stop, 3 just to tie it. So
yeah, you need three scores.
You need 3 scores here, and so they have to, with this field position, at least come up with 3 points here.
A little bit more than 16 minutes of game time here remaining. 1:07 to go in the third quarter. And Union with its best field position of the day, 1st and 10 at the Ithaca 31. Leonard is the man in motion. He actually goes into the backfield. Now bubbles out. Pass caught up high, and a big hit is delivered as it'll be a short gain. Pass was caught by Tolbert. The Brunner, the linebacker, makes the tackle. Pickup of maybe 2. Officially, they're going to say 1. 2nd and 9. So that was a short play there. Ball is now at the Ithaca 30. Dan Quinn is the motion man. They're going to hand off to Fiore, and Fiore falls forward over the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only 1 or 2, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long again. So here you are again, kind of behind the sticks, as Coach Drock was referring to. Didn't really want to be in this position, 3rd and long, especially when you started at the 32, and now is Union going to take a timeout? Oh, no, that's the end of the quarter. I'm sorry. End of the third quarter here from Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York. Your score, Ithaca 17, Union nothing. We'll be right back here. We're bringing you the fourth quarter here in just a minute. Union threatening here, although they trail 17-0 after 3 from Frank Bailey Field in Schenectady, New York. Union fans, stay at the Hampton Inn by Hilton during your next trip to Schenectady, located in the historic downtown district, only minutes from shops, restaurants, and the Union College campus. The Hampton Inn offers an indoor pool, fitness center, and complimentary hot breakfast. Mention Union College the next time you book at the Hampton Inn, downtown Schenectady, a proud supporter of Union College and Union College athletics. So we're getting you set here for the fourth quarter, 17-0. Ithaca scored 7 points, 1 touchdown in the first quarter, and they got 10 points in the second quarter. No points in the third quarter for either team. But Union is threatening here. 3rd down and officially 7 for Flanagan and the Union offense. 3 receivers to the far side here to start this fourth quarter. Big play here for both sides. I think it goes without saying. Here's Flanagan. He's going to tuck it and run, and he is going to get hit short of the line to gain, pick up of only maybe 1 or 2. Looked like he had a hole, or at least great green grass to run. Union's got a player down, but the open area closed pretty quickly. Down on the field for Union is freshman left guard Owen Fernandez. So, Ben, 4th and 6 now here from the Ithaca 28. Your thoughts?
I mean, how much trust do you have in your kicker here is the main thing. I mean, if I'm the coach, you're down 2 touchdowns and a field goal, I'm going for it. And it looks like that's what they're doing.
Yeah, it looks like it would be about a 45-yard field goal. Freshman Francesco Pelleggi, his long on the season is from 37. So 4th and 6 from the Ithaca 28. 5 receivers, empty set here for Flanagan, 3 to the near side. Flanagan's going to throw, and it is knocked away. Knocked down by number 17. That's Darren Brunner. Brunner, the senior linebacker, knocked that one away. He didn't have his head turned around, but he didn't really have to because he kind of made a jumping jack motion and just flailed his arms out and knocked the pass down. So Union's best drive start at the 31. They're only able to get about 3 yards on the drive, and they turn it over on downs. And Ithaca will start 1st and 10 at its own 28. Parker, pass, complete. Matos. And Matos sent out of bounds by Gillespie and Green. Short pickup of 4. But now the clock is the enemy, Ben. 14:30 to go in this game. Ithaca leading 17-0. Klein, the motion man. They're going to hand this ball off to Williams, and Williams picks up about 4. It'll be 3rd and 2. Again, Ithaca quickly to the line, not really huddling up. They'll look over to the far side. Try to get the signal. Parker with Williams in the backfield. Union's defense got to make another big play. They're going to hand it for Williams, and Williams is swallowed up by Ethan Vanderbrink. And Vanderbrink stops him for no gain. It's going to be 4th down, and I would assume this is a punt, although Ithaca's offense is still out there on the field, which doesn't make any sense to me here at the 36-yard line. This makes no sense.
I mean, I think that the head coach he's seeing that they're hosting a shutout right now, 4th and 1. You know, a quick out maybe to the right side or a handoff. Maybe set the block, so they're just trying to make him jump off sides.
Yeah, they might be just trying to draw them offside. I cannot imagine that they would go for it here. And they're going to take a timeout.
Makes it a good call.
I mean, up 17-0, you know, I'm all for playing aggressive, but at your own 36-yard line, that would be very aggressive, because if you don't make that, then all of a sudden Union's got the ball.
I mean, it's just me trying to see some fun on 4th down.
Yes. I mean, Union got the ball the last drive at the 31-yard line and didn't make much headway. But again, I don't think you want to try to jumpstart their offense if you're Ithaca's head coach, Mike Turper. So it'll be 4th and 2 officially after the timeout. Ithaca's just 1 remaining. 13:03 left to go in this game. No points so far in the second half. Ithaca with a touchdown in the first quarter, 10 points in the second quarter, and really highlighted by that, well, the long pass from Parker to Lang, but also the 50-yard field goal by Derek Balden. And now Williams will come out to punt, and Williams has done a nice job there. He's not really a punter. He's a running back and forced into duty. He's done a serviceable job back there. The returner, I think it's Leonard, is standing at the Union 25. Williams gets the punt away, and it's fair caught at the 29-yard line. And that's where Union will start its drive. And what will be the way that Union can jumpstart this offense as they'll get the ball at the 29-yard line with 12:55 to go. Union fans, New Country Lexus of Latham is a proud supporter of Union College athletics and invites you to experience breathtaking Lexus performance by coming in for a test drive today. That's New Country Lexus of Latham, a proud supporter of Union College athletics, and Union College football. It is 1st and 10 for Union at the 29-yard line. Flanagan, pass, complete. It's Anderson. Anderson turns it up, and he gets maybe 2 yards. That's been the toughest part of this, Ben, is this Ithaca defense is kind of, you know, you get a pass, okay, it looks like there's some room. He gets to the sideline, and then you look up, and it's only a 2-yard gain.
I mean, 10 hats to the football, right? You know, it's kind of this, you see all these linebackers, they're shooting out of their stances as fast as they possibly can on every single down. And Union, you know, they like to take their time compared to Ithaca, who's this kind of quick strike offense. So
Flanagan with time. Now he's running out of time. He's gonna drop it ahead, and it's off the hands and incomplete, as it was in and out of the hands of Tommy Leonard. And so, again, it'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Flanagan here in the second half looking a little hesitant. You saw on the last drive that they have, as you said earlier, it looked like there was a hole, and then you kind of saw him still looking downfield, which is great. But once you have the option to take off and run, you take off and run. And so here we have Flanagan in the shotgun.
The Union is just 3 of 11 on 3rd downs, and that one too hot to handle. They were looking for Tolbert, and it's going to bring up 4th down. And
going for it. I know.
Yeah, I mean, I
conservative football, but there's 12 minutes left. You're down by 3 scores.
I mean, I would tend to agree with you, but the field position battle has been kind of working in your favor. Unfortunately, like you said, you need 3 possessions here to try to come off the deck. Hall out to punt, and this is hauled in, and tiptoeing down the sideline is number 18. It was Marcus Boyle, sophomore defensive back, who carried that one all the way close to midfield. So that was a nice return by Boyle. And that's where they're going to spot it, right at midfield. So 12:06. So we talked about, I guess the field position didn't really work out this time, as Boyle takes the punt back about 15 yards to midfield. And so now this Union defense back out on the field. Ithaca's offense maybe a couple of first downs away from putting this one out of reach, as it's a 3-possession game, as this is Jalen Leonard Osborne, again, nowhere to go with under 12 minutes to go now. And Union has made his day pretty rough here. Jalen Leonard Osborne, who came into the game averaging 5.9 yards per carry, and he has really struggled in this game. So they actually lose one with Leonard Osborne there, back to the 49 of Ithaca.
Yeah, 9 carries for, 28 yards.
I mean, his biggest play in this game was that opening kickoff that he brought to basically midfield. Not much there, as this is Williams on the carry. Give him 2 to the Union 49, and it's going to be 3rd and 9.
And Union against the run has been fantastic. Their longest run they've let up is 9 yards this game. So It's just those two dangerous pass plays that we saw earlier in the first half. So here, you know, you have to be expecting third and 9, almost third and 10, or third and 9.5 here. Have to be expecting a pass.
Well, this feels a lot like kind of last week's game in that it was 13-0 Hobart late in the game, and then they scored twice late in the fourth quarter. And I think Ithaca's going to take another timeout here because the play clock's at 1, and they will. And I think that's it. Ithaca might be out of timeouts. 10:36 to go in this game. They're going to talk over this 3rd and 9. Again, Union's had its chances in this game. They threw an interception in the end zone at the end of the first half, which almost directly led to Ithaca's field goal. So right there you're looking at, like, end of the first half, Union's coming down the field. If they can even kick a field goal, it's maybe 14-3 going into halftime. Instead, they're intercepted in the end zone. Ithaca drives down the field, kicks a 50-yard field goal right at the end of the first half that makes it 17-0, and that's where we stand with 10:36 to go in this game. So 3rd and 9, big play here, empty set with nobody, with Parker in the backfield. Parker freaks the handoff. Now he's going to get it out to his running back, who's got a lot of room to run. All the way down the far sideline. It's going to be a first down as it was caught by Brendan Stapleton, the junior tight end, and he goes all the way down, and that was a big first down for Ithaca as they needed 9. They go all the way to the 19, so it was a 30-yard pass play from Parker to Stapleton. And now Ithaca knocking on the door here, and it's 17-0 with 10 minutes to go. They fake the handoff. They're going to throw it to another tight end, Ryan Watson. And Watson gets the catch. Short gain of about 4 or 5. But that 3rd and 9, Ben, that was the backbreaker, it seemed like, because you're thinking you might get the football back, and instead a 30-yard pass play to Stapleton.
Yeah, that was a great play call by Ithaca too. You disguise that Union's applying a lot of pressure, leaves a man open, set up a backside screen, and then pretty much a 35, 40-yard gain there.
Parker in the shotgun, certainly in no hurry. He's going to hand it off to Leonard Osborne, who's going to bounce it outside, and he is going to go into the end zone for the touchdown. His best run of the game, Jalen Leonard Osborne, and a touchdown. And this one may be out of reach now. It's 23-0 as Jalen Leonard Osborne, his 7th rushing touchdown of the season and his 22nd rushing touchdown of his career, puts Ithaca up 23-0. Baldwin out for the extra point. Already has a 50-yard field goal. He also has a longer extra point after, remember, there was a penalty on one of the touchdowns, or one of the extra points. Kick is up, and it is good. And with 9:09 left to go in this game, Ithaca leads 24-0. And that just happens to be the same score Ithaca defeated Union by. The last time we talked about last week against Hobart was the first time Union's been shut out since 2018, and that was a 24-0 loss to Ithaca right here at Frank Bailey Field, and that's the score that Union's staring at now with 9:09 to go. So Ithaca trying to keep its outside path to a 3rd straight Liberty League title intact. They win this game, they would improve to 5-3, 4-1 in the league. Their only loss coming to Hobart, and they need to hope that Hobart drops a couple of games Ithaca has still their rivalry game against Cortland. That is a non-league game at the end of the year. As Derek Bolden will kick this ball away. And a fair catch is made. The Ithaca guys are making a lot of noise on that far sideline, and even on this kick, which was not returned, it was a fair catch. So Union will...
Saw a pretty big hit there on the kickoff,
Yeah.
and Ithaca's all fired up.
And why wouldn't you be? They've been, they so far, the better team this afternoon. They scored a touchdown in the first, a touchdown in the second, and along with a field goal, and now a touchdown in the fourth quarter to lead this one 24-0. And you talk about Union at halftime, I don't think they had 100 yards, and right now they're at... they're at 163 yards of offense. Here's Flanagan. Going to throw it to Leonard. Leonard makes the catch. Nice move. And then he gets nailed on the sideline by Moran. And that draws a flag. It'll be a first down. And it's going to be 15 extra yards. As that was close to the sideline, Moran, who has an interception in this game. So that was a first down pass, about 12 yards. They're going to tack on 15, and now so that'll move the ball close to midfield. Going to spot it at the Ithaca 48. So Union's had its chances on Ithaca's side of the field, and they've got another one here with under 9 minutes to go in this game. Here's Flanagan. Pass, caught, Rivera, first down. Pickup of 13 or 14 as they spot it at the 34. The Union now tries its hand at the hurry-up offense, trying to get this Ithaca defense on its heels. Flanagan, pass, caught. It's Tolbert, and Tolbert has a 5-yard reception to the 29. Tackled by Spira. So Union with a little tempo here with 8:10 to go. 3 receivers to the far side. Flanagan zings it out, and this one has not enough on it. Spira was in coverage as they were looking for They were looking for 22, Joe Curran. So it'll be 3rd down and 5 with 8:02 to go in this game. 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Here's Flanagan. Has time. Now flush to his left. Now running out of time, he throws into traffic, and it's incomplete. So it'll bring up 4th down and 5.
Now do you get the sense that they have to go for it here?
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Like, you're not going to take just the 3 here.
They said Isaiah Russell, who was the intended receiver, has to come off for a play because his helmet came off. So this will be 4th and 5 from the Ithaca 29. 4 receivers, 3 to the far side. Tolbert's in the near side. Flanagan has time, throws, pass is dropped. Looking for Gil Rivera, and it's incomplete. And there's flags on the far side here.
I saw some pushing and shoving, too, near the quarterback. And just the Union lineman just, pushing the Ithaca guy out of the way, being like, hey, just a little late in the game for this right now.
So it was holding on Union. They're going to decline it, Ithaca will, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bombers with 7:50 to go in this game.
Ball placed at the 29-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for the Bombers.
First and 10, Ithaca at the 29. They're going to hand it off. It's Leonard Osborne. And Vanderbrink slows him up. Had a hand on his jersey. As Ethan Vanderbrink, give credit to him out there. He has been giving it his all. Again, over 130 career tackles for Vanderbrink. 29 came into the game with 29 tackles for a loss and 14 sacks. He's led the team in sacks the last 2 seasons. No gain for Leonard Osborne. Besides that short touchdown run of about 15 yards, he has not had much room. Leonard Osborne, 2023 Liberty League Offensive Player of the Year. They're going to fake this one, now pass it out to Stapleton. And they swarm to the ball pretty quickly. And the way this box score is going to read, it's going to look like Ithaca did everything they wanted offensively. Union's defense has played a pretty good game. You had 2 long passes, then you had the long field goal, which came after an interception, and now the touchdown here in the 4th quarter. So, I mean, you give up 24 points. Ithaca averages 26 points per game. It's a Union defense that averages 25 points allowed per game, so they're right at about that number. Here's Parker. Running around now, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he gets hit hard, and it's going to bring up 4th down. And now a flag flies late. The Ithaca sideline is excited. Parker, I'm not sure if they were saying is a late hit. And unsportsmanlike on Cole Da Silva, and Da Silva, so that's going to give Ithaca a 1st down. Da Silva is trying to be calmed down by Union head coach John Drock, and he's not thrilled. And he looked like we could kind of hear him up here. It sounded like he was saying that the Ithaca sideline was getting on him about something here, and that's going to lead to a 1st down. And it's going to move the ball all the way to the Union 49. 6:10 to go in this game. They're going to pitch it ahead to Lang, and Lang going to cover it up as he gets about 3 yards to the 46, and bodies flying around there as Lang took that pitch, the 6', 200-pound wide receiver, and they're going to get it to him in whatever way they can, as they officially say it's a pickup of 4. They'll bring up 2nd and 6. 5.5 to go in this game. Running left. And a big hit after the play, and a couple of flags fly. Williams was running. Ithaca, I think, is arguing there should be a face mask, but then there was a big hit after the play as Luke Eller, the backup right tackle, a right guard rather, just kind of shoved a Union player, and this is going to be going back the other direction. So with 5:19 to go, you just have to hope there's cool heads here on both sides of things, and if you're this referee crew, you're going to earn your money's worth here in the last few minutes of this one, because both of these teams are proud programs, and it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. It's going to back Ithaca up. So now we've had one unsportsmanlike, or one late hit, I guess, on both teams. So it backs it up. They got to figure out where it is here. They put it at the 43. So it'll be 3rd and 16. Clock runs 5:15 to go. Parker's going to come up and take the snap under center. He's going to pitch it to Leonard Osborne, who looks like he's going to throw. He got lit up, and the pass was almost intercepted. Matos turned into the defender, and that is the last thing Ithaca wants, is Jalen Leonard Osborne taking that kind of a hit in a 24-0 game with 5 minutes to go as they try the halfback pass. And it'll bring up 4th down. Well, you can tell both of these teams wanted this game. I mean, the Union sideline's been fired up. Ithaca's been fired up. We talked to Coach Turper and some of their support staff and their broadcast crew, and they were fired up before this game. And a flag flies here, and it'll be backing Ithaca up 5 yards with 5:01 to go in this game. So Ithaca came in with a record of 4-3. Union was 2-5, but this didn't really feel like that kind of game, because these are, again, two programs that have been national championship winners. Both of these programs were in the NCAA tournament last season. So that'll back Ithaca up to the 38-yard line. And the sun has finally come out here at Frank Bailey Field. And it means Tommy Leonard's going to be staring right into the sun as Jake Williams goes to punt this football. And it's going to take an Ithaca roll all the way down inside the 10. And it's been that kind of day, Ben, for Union, where they think, okay, we don't have a punter. It's Jake Williams. He's not really a punter, and he gets that one, and he gets about a 20-yard roll inside the 10 to the 9.
I mean, both teams here, you see Union towards the end getting a little chippy, and then Ithaca, coming right back. They're feeling confident. Now here, hate to say that the game's over, but it's going to be a really, really hard. Clock's against you. You're down now, 4 scores. So, yeah, they need to start throwing the ball around and get a big completion here.
So it's 1st and 10 at the Union 9. They're going to throw it. It's Gil Rivera makes the catch here. And Rivera, a nice job to get up to the 30-yard line, pickup of 21, and a 1st down. So, yeah, you'd like to see, let's see if the Union offense can open things up. They actually spotted at the 29, so it's a 20-yard pickup from Flanagan to Rivera. Here's Flanagan. Has a lot of time in the pocket as Ithaca's only rushing 4. And it's pass. It goes off of the helmet of 23, Portas. And I don't know what this flag is going to be. It hit Portas in the head.
It can't be a pass interference call.
It looked like the Union receiver wasn't expecting. And they are going to call pass interference.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
it looked
he
like
wasn't really looking for the ball. He's playing the receiver there, but
well, it looked like neither guy thought the ball was coming in their direction, and they kind of collided, and then it hit Portas right in the head. Spot foul. It'll give Union a 1st down at the 39-yard line. So back-to-back 1st downs, one by way of the pass, one by way of the penalty. They're going to set up the screen, and here is Fiore, and Fiore gets to the 45, pickup of 6. And again, as we've been saying throughout this whole game, it looks like you have a nice play set up. You got a screen. Fiore gets ahead of steam, and he only gets 6 yards, which isn't a bad play, but it is when you're trailing 24-0. You need more. Thrown here to the near side. Caught by Gil Rivera. First down. He's twisted down by Moran as he gets a pickup of 10 and another first down. So Union's offense moving down the field. This isn't really where they've had the trouble. The trouble has been inside the 30. Here's Flanagan. Time. Heaves this one up, and it is off the hands of Tolbert, and Flanagan got hit hard by number 93, which is Joshua Miles. So it'll be second down and 10. 3:21 left to go in this game. Union will be back at home next week when they take on Rochester to end the home portion of the schedule. Only 4 home games this year. Snap, Flanagan runs to his right, trying to buy some time. He floats it up deep, and it is incomplete, knocked away by Jake Connolly. Connolly actually leads Ithaca in tackles coming into the game out of the secondary spot. Junior from Salem, Mass. So now it'll be third down. And if you're a Union fan, if you're rooting for Union, you'd like to see them at least get into the end zone here, end this scoreless drought. They lost last week to Hobart 27-0, and they are trailing here 24-0 in the fourth quarter. Third down and 10 for Flanagan in the offense. You throw it to that far side. It's caught by Rivera, and he steps out of bounds at the 30. Pickup of 14 or 15, and it'll be another first down. Well, say what you want. Either Ithaca kind of sagging back here now with a big lead, but this is the best the Union passing game has looked so far this afternoon. Here's Flanagan. Rolls to his right. Now a flag flies, and the pass was almost intercepted by Moran. That would have been number 2 for Tommy Moran. Moran had the interception in the end zone that kind of, I guess, changed the tenor of this game. Union was trying to go down to score, trailing 14-0. Moran intercepted the ball in the end zone. Ithaca went down, kicked a field goal, and that's how we got to a 17-0 halftime score. Only 1 touchdown in this second half. The penalty was holding against Union. So that'll back the Garnet Chargers up. It will be 1st and 20 from the Ithaca 40. So we said Union will be back home next week against Rochester, and then they'll have the rivalry game against RPI to end this 2024 season as Flanagan is hit and taken down hard by number 98, Aiden Perry. And that is a big loss of 9, and it's going to bring up 2nd and a mile. It's going to be 2nd and 29. We don't have many plays in the playbook for that. 2nd and 29. Here's Flanagan. Looking to the near side. It was almost intercepted by Spira. Spira got his hands on it. The talented freshman from Bridgewater, New Jersey, who has 4 interceptions this season for the Bombers defense. So now 3rd and 29. Flanagan has taken some hard hits on this drive, including the last one from Perry. Flanagan lets it loose, and it's through the hands of Isaiah Russell, who's a little behind him, and now a couple of players are tangled up on that far side. It looked like Webster And was it Kauser? So now 4th and 29. But also, Union's going to lose its first game this season at home. They were 2-0 at home. Wins over Buffalo State and SUNY Maritime. And now a flag flies. It's going to be an illegal substitution, they said. So now it will be 4th and 34.
So looks like the Hail Mary's coming out of the playbook here.
So the ball is spotted at the Union 46. They have to get to the Ithaca 20 for a first down. And it looks like Union might punt. They are going to punt. I mean, 4th and 34. I mean,
it's not something you see often.
yeah, I mean, you would really be lucky to actually punt this ball and get a net of 34 yards, to be honest. Now both teams running guys onto the field late. There's a flag. Wow, it's going to be delay of game, so it's actually going to be 4th and 39.
Yeah. They'll be lucky if he hits it to the first down marker.
Yeah. Again, the ball's at the 41, where the Ithaca returner is standing is actually wouldn't be a first down. Here's Hall. Nice punt. Pushes the return man back to the 18-yard line, and going out of bounds is Boyle, Marcus Boyle. And so with 1:55 left to go, that will pretty much do it here. Ithaca with a 24-0 victory. They got touchdown passes in the first half from Matthew Parker to Nicholas Lang and Ben Marinaccio. And this is the 2-minute timeout. Ithaca outgaining Union 366 to 231. Union's up to 231. They've got 186 yards passing. So the early touchdown from Parker to Marinaccio made it 7-0 at the end of the first quarter. In the second quarter, touchdown from Parker to Lang made it 14-0. Union driving down the field. They throw an interception in the end zone. Ithaca drives down, and they get a 50-yard field goal from Derek Balden to make it 17-0 at half. And the only touchdown in this second half came earlier in this fourth quarter as Jalen Leonard Osborne ran it in from 15 yards out to make it 24-0. Shum back into the ball game. He's going to hand it off, and in there at running back now is Ahmad Taylor, sophomore from Maryland. Short run gets this clock rolling. They bring up 2nd and 8, ball at the 30. So Union now, they've got 2 games left, home against Rochester and then the rivalry game against RPI. So there's still a lot to play for. I mean, you get a home game against Rochester, it'll be senior day, and then you go on the road and try to hold on to those Dutchman shoes. Some of the crowd starting to head for the exits here with 1:10 to go. Hand off up the middle. It's 21 again, Ahmad Taylor. Taylor close to a first down. They're going to say it's a first down, even though it says third down over on the down marker. So they stop the clock, then they wind it. I think both teams will be happy to see this one kind of roll down. 48 seconds to go, clock running. It looks like Ithaca is going to take a knee And the Bombers are going to win this game 24-0. And Ithaca's gotten its offense rolling the last few weeks, and they got 2 long touchdown passes and a run from Jalen Leonard Osborne. And meanwhile, their defense held Union. Union's defense, or offense rather, continues to struggle to finish drives. As the final score, the clock is still ticking down, even though the teams are out to the 50-yard line. Clock about to hit triple zeros. And the final score here is Ithaca 24, Union 0, and the teams meeting at midfield. I'm just pausing here because the line, the handshake line is looks like a couple of coaches, some extra words here. Again, these 2 proud programs, both teams were in the NCAA tournament a year ago, and the same success hasn't been here this season. Ithaca started off with 2 big games that they lost at home to Endicott and Johns Hopkins. But the win, they improved to 5-3, 4-1 in Liberty League play. And Union is going to drop to 2-6, 1-3 overall. And we'll just give you a quick recap here. Again, Ithaca scoring a touchdown in the first quarter as Matthew Parker connected with Ben Marinaccio to make it 7-0. In the second quarter, it was Parker again, his second touchdown toss, this time to Nicholas Lang, and then a 50-yard field goal by Derek Balden made it 17-0 at halftime. The only touchdown in the second half came from Jalen Leonard Osborne, as that made the score 24-0, and that was the final score. Ithaca shuts out Union. Union no points offensively for the second straight week after the first time in, as the teams are still kind of there's still a lot of chirping going on down there, but some thank yous to hand out. Thank you to, as always, Union Athletic Director Jim McLaughlin. Thank you to Steve Sheridan, his sports information staff. Thanks to Coach Mike Turper for joining us. I talked to him earlier today and earlier this week. And thanks to Michael Fiore, who joined us at halftime. Thanks to head coach John Drock, who joined us in the pregame. And thanks for you tuning us in here for this Liberty League contest. The final score, Ithaca 24, Union 0. Ben, any final thoughts?
Back-to-back weeks with, putting up no points on the board is, they defensively played, I thought, really well this game. You saw, at least in the first half, you saw a lot of, besides 2 big plays, they did great defensively. Offensively, I think the play calling was, you're kind of sending out Flanagan there on some place to kind of get drilled. And he's a big guy, but, you don't want to see your quarterback go down with those big hits. You want to see good blocking. And then I thought pass protection-wise they were great, but these runs, they need to open up more holes. And next week they need to really, watch the film, break it down, and then figure out what they need to do offensively. Because defensively, what they were doing was working, but they need to, like Buffalo State, put points up on the board.
Yeah, that will be the key. Union will be back at home for the last time in 2024 next week when they host Rochester. We hope you join us. If you can't come out to Frank Bailey Field, we hope to see you next weekend here on our broadcast. So that'll do it here. Final score is Ithaca 24, Union 0. For Ben McDonough, I'm Andrew Santillo. Thanks for joining us, and have a good afternoon.